I set it for 8:30 when I scheduled it, but I was like, we'll probably go before that.
More than likely. But when you set it for 8, typically we run late. So,
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
Yeah. Yeah, I was ready at like 7:30, but I lost track of time. I was in the living room with my husband and my son, and I was playing a game, and we were all just kind of sitting in there, and then I looked at the thing, and it was exactly 8 o'clock, and I was like, oh, crap, and then a message, be right there.
No, you were good. I was literally sitting here working on updating thumbnails for our vacation. And good morning, everyone. Hello, by the way.
Good morning.
If somebody wasn't eating on a stream, it'd be weird.
Right. I am fine with people eating on the stream as long as they're not like going. And most people, when they are eating on a stream, they're always like very discreet about it and not doing that unless it's one of those. What are those like recordings called where they
mukbangs?
Mukbang?
Yeah.
Like, why do they do that?
I have no idea.
Okay, so if I have time, I will do a second look today too.
That's fine. The only thing we have on our agenda today
is the game.
Well, and Sam's going to do my grandma's taxes.
Oh.
And we have to pick up food. We ordered barbecue from a local barbecue place.
You know something I never mention when I'm on these streams? Hi, whoever's in here. I see two. I never mention about how I prep my skin before I do makeup because
You do not.
I definitely over moisturize. You can tell my face is shiny. I over moisturize because if I don't, the makeup looks flaky, dry and flaky. So I moisturize, and then I also put primer on my face, which is what I'm doing right now. Is primer.
If you're here and watching, please say hi. You don't have to hold a conversation with us, but say hi so we know that you're here.
Yeah. The other thing I do, because I fill it in right here. Typically, I use a different kind of moisturizer on my chest area, but when I'm doing crazy makeup, I'll use the exact same stuff on here, and then I'll also put primer there. And I'm not particular on primers for this kind of makeup, but my regular makeup, I always use Lancome.
Hello, Cool Gamer.
Hey, Cool Gamer, welcome in.
See, if you're watching, we're really not scary. I promise. Okay, I'm not scary. She may terrify you.
Sometimes I look very terrifying. Okay. And I don't always say what my look's going to be. We just watch it play out.
Because there have been times where she's gone, I'm going to do this look. And by the time it's done, it's something completely different.
Very true.
So if you're wondering, Sam, my hubby, he's in the background over there, made us breakfast this morning, and he made us Southwestern eggs with green peppers and onions and ham steaks for breakfast. I will say, if you have a Kroger store or a Kroger affiliate, check around the produce area, because at least locally, within an hour radius of us, if it's bruised or maybe it's not 100% perfect, they will bag it up and sell it at a reduced price. And that's where we've been getting a lot of our produce every week, because we've been trying to buy on Saturday or Sunday and use it up through the week. And it's really helps stretch our grocery budget, and it doesn't go bad. The store doesn't have to throw it away. And they sell it for 99 cents. So we got like for example, green peppers are like 79 cents a pan each right now. We got 3 for 99 cents yesterday.
Oh, crap. Sharpen that too long.
So it's definitely worth checking out if you have a Kroger or Kroger affiliate grocery store near you, because it can really like stretch your grocery budget. Yesterday, I want to say they had bags and bags and bags of Brussels sprouts. So I think I counted like probably at least 10 bags of Brussels sprouts. They had green peppers, they had limes, they had pears, they had apples and oranges, and they typically have apples and oranges because like those can get bruised easily in transport. So definitely worth checking out.
I'm doing a pink look, but I want it to fade in from light to dark or dark to light. I want it to fade in from dark to light. So
an ombre effect.
Yeah, so I'm going to, well, it's not all pink. Some of it, I put white down the center of my face, so sections off. So I'm going to start with like a lighter pink and just do all the pink sections that I want pink in the lightest pink shade that I'm going to be using.
Okay.
And I'm using this Morphe palette, which, you know, I don't know how much of makeup you follow, because I know you don't usually do a whole lot of makeup. But one thing I've noticed as of late is that Morphe's not really that popular anymore. And I have so many Morphe palettes that I use for this type of makeup. I don't use it for regular makeup. I use it for this type of makeup.
I want to say Morphe got a class action lawsuit against them because of the glitter eyeshadow. It says like people didn't know it wasn't supposed to be used around the eye area, and the glitter was getting in people's eye and it was messing up their vision.
I don't know about Morphe, but I know that ColourPop, they actually put on the back of each palette where they list the shades, it says not for the eye.
I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, that's the whole Morphe thing. Because I know, like, for a while, Ulta wouldn't even carry it. I'll be right back. I've got to go blow my nose because I use this really hot salsa. It's from our local Taco Tico. It's called Carolina Reaper, and you can buy their taco sauce by the pint. It literally will clear any congestion you have. So I'll be right back.
Kind of like Mucinex. This is not an ad. While she's gone, has anyone, because I know I'll have a lot of Disney people that follow, because I also do Disney content, has anyone been to the Arts Festival yet this season? It's my favorite festival, but it's during a time that I don't typically go to Disney. So I've only been once, but it is my favorite festival. Probably because they sell a lot of art during that time period. Oops, that didn't work out. While she's also gone, another thing that I do is, so since I'm using regular eyeshadow, you guys saw my palette, warranty palette. You see it's going on kind of like paint. It's because I use this stuff to act.
Alle Fahrerinnen werden ein bisschen runterrutschen, da hat sie einfach den genauen Lastkicker.
I'm back.
Sie startet wieder.
I see.
I took this opportunity to go to the bathroom while I was blowing my nose too. I'm like, otherwise in like 30 seconds, I'm like, I gotta go again.
I know that's like the thing when I'm doing these makeups on stream. I try not to drink a whole lot of water because if I do, I'll have to go to the bathroom right in the middle of the stream. But then again, when I'm done, I feel super dehydrated, especially if I do a long one.
Yeah. Well, and I'm sure that the makeup like draws the moisture out too.
Yeah. So last night after, because I did 2 looks yesterday, I recorded one and then we live streamed one.
Right.
Last night I got in the bath. That way I could like wash everything. It's easier to just jump in the bath. Let's be
I'm
real.
sure.
And my face, I did like one of those rehydration masks.
Yeah.
And once I washed the mask off, I was like, my face still feels really dry. But I had my Stanley 42-ounce my Stanley 42-ounce drink in like on the edge of the bath. I had a caffeine-free Coke Zero. And then I also had one of those ice drinks. I drank every single one of them. And by the time I got out of the bath, I was like, man, I really got to pee.
I feel like I'm really fortunate because like a lot of the teachers, one of the things that they say, they're like, we never have time to go to the bathroom, like, because we're consistently teaching. But like as a para, I move between rooms, and so I could take 30 seconds to go to the bathroom.
Yeah. It's funny.
So,
like this, where I sit right now is where I sit for work. I work from home.
yeah.
And this is the desk. I have a towel across the desk and then all the makeup stuff I have to clean up every time I do makeup. But right behind me is the bathroom on the other side of that wall behind me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll get stuck on calls all day where I don't even get to go to the bathroom sometimes.
It's funny. So
right.
I'm using another one of my Clean Simple Eats water sticks. And this one is, hold on. I just threw away the little piece. Coconut lime. And it smells really good. Dumping that in my water cup.
So this next section is going to be like a green. And I'm going to use the same palette, Marky palette, to initiate the bottom layer of the green.
Okay. Like, and this is something I commented on, I think it was in my Weight Watchers group, that during the week, I do great about drinking water. Like, it's consistent. I have my water. I have a cup of water in my hand or with me in every classroom all the time. But Saturday and Sunday is really hard to get in my water. So I'm really trying to be a lot more mindful over the weekends to make sure I get my water in.
Speaking of water.
Everyone, water check. Go get your water. Get a drink.
I got mine for Christmas from my husband's sister.
Aw. This was, I think I said it yesterday, this was my Valentine from Sam. That's very, like, I'm getting a lot more of the lime flavor than I am of the coconut. I need to go grab another bottle of water.
So I'm assuming you can probably still hear me. So I don't normally shop from like that Temu place, but I saw that they had like wigs for pretty cheap, like real cheap. And I only use wigs for this. It's not like I'm wearing wigs out on a daily basis. So I was like, oh, yeah, it's fine. So I've got some wigs and they're on their way in. And once they get here, I'm going to do some Easter or spring colored looks because they're like a lighter shade, kind of like pastel. So that's a plan. And I do also want to do a St. Patrick's Day look. I did a St. Patrick's Day look last year, but I want to do another one this year. But I already have a green wig for that. But the pastel colored stuff, I need like some lighter shade. I have that one wig that has like pink and purple and blue in it. That's kind of pastel.
Yes, that you look like an Easter again.
Yeah. But I ordered like a light pink wig and a purple wig.
Okay.
So I want to do some of those looks, but I want to wait for those to come in. And I looked yesterday; it hasn't shipped yet. They take forever to send their stuff.
They do. That's why it's also cheap.
Oh, fair point. I do also want to, at some point, order some more Graptovine. Graptovine's like my favorite thing to use for this kind of painting.
It is.
But that stuff is not cheap. They're like $18 for just one of the rounds.
Mm-hmm.
That's a round. That's a Graptovine. This one's got multiple colors. It's a cream one. I have two different kinds. There's another one sitting over here. So this is called Pro Paint, and it's water activated. And then these are a cream where you don't have to mix anything in with it. I use the creams mostly for like the detailing, the drawing. And then I use the water activated ones for bases like this. But I don't have the right colors for the base, which is why I'm using a makeup palette. Which, I mean, it does the same thing. You just have to keep sitting there getting it like wet to come on. It takes
That's what you started with, was when you first started doing the crazier looks, was the more your palettes. And you used up your older palettes though.
Yeah. Yep.
So my friend Chelsea confirmed with me this morning that she and I are going to register or attempt to register for Princess for next year.
Good.
So very excited about that.
You should do you have a GoPro?
I do not.
I was about to say you should strap a GoPro to your chest and record it, but you could still pull out your phone and record pieces of it.
That's what I did in 2022, was I used my phone.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm pretty excited.
Oh, you remember so I have two of them now, but remember when I did the dragon look with the silicone?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that one was one of my favorite things to do. But the silicone, having to glue that stuff on and then get it off is so hard. But I have another one that I did, gosh, I want to say 5-6 months ago. And it was a steampunk look. I did that one.
Mm-hmm. I saw the pictures.
I want some more of those silicone things to do different looks because it's so fun to do those. It's a pain to get off, but it's fun to do.
If you're wondering why Christy and I are talking like we haven't talked in a while, it's the truth.
Yeah.
Life happened for both of us. Christy's kids are in sports. Sam had a stroke. And I think this is what the second or third time we've live streamed together since last spring.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So it's been about a year since we've done a live stream. So literally, you guys are watching Christy do makeup and us catch up on life.
Yep. The thing is like, so it's not like we didn't try, because I would post in there and be like, hey, or she would post in there if she hadn't heard from me, and we'd be like, hey, I actually have time, and we just never did.
It never like fit.
Yeah, and I will, if I do have time to do a look and no one is there to live stream, I just record it, so no one ever feels bad for. Hopefully, no one ever feels bad for not being able to get on a live stream. Because I even say that, I'm like, I'm gonna do a look. If no one can come on, I'm gonna record it.
Yeah.
So it's still content.
Yeah, but it like she said, like I would say, hey, are we live streaming? Are we doing anything this weekend? Or hey, I'm free on Saturday, and like Christy would be like, I've got this going on, or like she said, she'd go, hey, I've got time and I can live stream tomorrow. Is anybody available? Yeah, sorry, type of thing. So
yeah,
we really did try, but it was just life. Like, kudos to the live streamers who are able to keep up with the live stream like weekly schedule, because like, and then there's just some days where at the end of the day, I'm just emotionally exhausted and I don't want to talk to anybody.
I mean, that's kind of why I stopped doing them during the week. Because remember, we used to do them like on Thursdays.
Yep. We used to do them on Thursday nights.
And I just like, I still worked at the same company. I still report to the same person.
Mm-hmm.
But I got a different job title, which came with more responsibility and more stress. So, and that was like a year ago in January.
Mm-hmm.
So I just like, by the end of the day, I was done with social activities. Because I'm social on social media. In general, I am not a social person.
Same.
And in the new title, I manage people, and I have to be more social. I have to be on a lot of phone calls. So by the end of the day, I'm like, I'm done talking.
And I feel that.
That's like during the school year for Lena. Is like she's done dealing with people by the time she gets off work.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Not that she doesn't want to deal with me, but she's done dealing with everybody.
Right. Well, like even Sam and I, like, I get off at 3:15, and he gets out anywhere between 3:30 and 4. Even though his building is right next to mine, it's a different school district. Pretty Lucanidi. I am so sorry, I probably butchered that, but hello, welcome in.
Maybe it's Lukendai. It might be a German name. Lukendai.
It could be. I'm very sorry if I butchered it, but hello.
I'm glad
that you're here.
Welcome in.
Like, so right across, he works for the co-op itself, for their day school, for really high behaviors. And so he gets out later than I do. So sometimes I'll go sit in the car if I know he's just going to be, 5-10 minutes. But if I know, and typically he lets me know if it's something that's last minute, but typically I know, hey, this day he's going to be in a meeting until 4. I'll walk across the street, which is where the high school gym is, because it's the gym and the community swimming pool. And I will walk laps on the walking track. And kind of be able to not only I can decompress, but I can get a workout in at the same time.
Yeah.
But Christy can attest. There are times when if we do a late night one, I'm sitting here going, like, my eyes will just like, I sit here like this. Ah.
I mean, also, if you think about it, like how many streamers have quit streaming because they were overcommitting themselves and they got tired of it instead of just streaming sporadically. Now, I know that's not how you grow your channel. Streaming sporadically is not how you grow your channel. You have to commit to doing it regularly. But at the same time, I don't want my YouTube channel to take over my life.
Agreed.
My YouTube channel is for me to have fun and do this.
Yes. 100%. And that's why I kind of backed off a lot. I mean, we still posted some things and I tried to keep up with at least our main channel, but I didn't put up anything for almost a year on my weight loss channel.
I still post consistently. Why does my nose run every time I do this? I still post consistently with shorts.
Yeah.
But I will say I have not I do not post as much Disney content as I used to. But that's also because I quit doing swaps as much.
Yeah. And you haven't been to Disney since Princess Weekend last year.
Yeah, that's true. And I did go to Disneyland in March.
Well, yeah, but that was kind of a quick turnaround and you were with friends and
yeah. And then my job, I travel some, not quite a whole lot, but enough that I was in San Diego last March, and I have a friend that lives in LA, and I was like, hey, I'm going to drive up to LA. It's only 2 hours away. And then I was there for 2 days, and we went to Disneyland in California Adventure.
But you weren't going on a dedicated, I'm going to Disneyland, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that. You were like, hey, I'm going to be in the area. I'm going to swing through Disneyland real quick.
Yeah.
And I think that's I think it's a common misconception, especially for those of us that do have YouTube channels that are out of state, where we do post, because I know my cruise content has not gotten near as much traction as my Disney content.
Sure, because originally, any content I make besides makeup or Disney doesn't get as much traction.
And I haven't done a crafting video in a year. But there's like we said earlier, a lot of stuff was going on, and I was happy just to get up and survive the day. And I mean, there was a lot of downtime over the summer, but that downtime was decompressing between doctor's appointments.
Yeah. Oh, and what's funny is, like, when I started the magical makeup part of my channel, it was originally just going to be Disney makeup. I quickly ran out of ideas for that.
You did. I think my favorite one is the Snow White Evil Queen duo look that you did.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
That was right, because Christy messaged me. I think it was New Year's Eve of 2020. And said, hey, I'm doing a late night live stream for New Year's Eve. Do you want to come on and join me? And I was like, sure, I can. I'm like, well, I don't really do makeup. And Chris was like, well, that's fine. I don't care. It's just somebody to talk to. And so it kind of spiraled from there.
Yeah, because I tried to do solo ones. And let's be real, if you're doing solo makeup like I am I'm doing a solo makeup, like it's just me doing a solo makeup. If I didn't have somebody on the live stream with me to be a partner and chit chat with me, I would be trying to sit there and read chat and come back and read chat, and I would never get done. But now that I have a partner in crime, and we have a group of us. There's 5 of us in the chat, but one of them has started a family, and she does her own thing now, so she's not talked in the chat in forever. But all of us, it's hard for all of us to get together at the same time. So most of the time it's me and Lena, but sometimes it'll be like me and Christine and me, or Sammy, or all of us. Occasionally, when it's all of us, oh my gosh, those are the live streams that get a lot of people in them.
They are. And what's funny, because Christine will go back and she'll rewatch the live stream later on and pull like the bloopers and make a blooper reel.
Yeah,
and they're the funniest thing to watch afterwards.
Especially if Sammy's in them. She's always got the best bloopers.
Oh yeah. Well, when Sammy has moved, and in her old apartment, it was kind of, the apartment building itself was shifting, and the closet door didn't want to stay shut. And so it would like randomly open, and it wouldn't just open, it would slowly creak open. And like you could hear it like creak open. And so we started telling her that she had a ghost in her closet. And the funnier part is that other channels, she would be doing something in a video, and another channel would come and go, I think I saw that in your I think I saw a ghost in your closet in your video. Had her completely wigged out. And it would randomly open during live streams, and she'd like just scream bloody murder. It was fantastic. And then Sam got this like light up jack-o'-lantern, and so I thought to the camera, and when he came home, because he had went to Wichita or something while we were streaming, it had to have been a weekend. And I held it up to the camera and it came back on, and it was just like this glowing, like terrifying pumpkin face, and Sammy just freaked out. It was the funniest thing in the world. I was on a stream with a different channel, and I went off screen, and because Sam was, look, I found a Michael Myers mask, so I came back on screen wearing this stupid Michael Myers mask. Oh, no.
Sometimes when we're on these streams too, sometimes like if there's some sort of event going on at Disney, Lena will be a trooper and pull up everything and pretty much just hold the conversation throughout the entire makeup look, going over that stuff.
That's funny that you comment on that, because I had the foodie guide for Festival of the Arts pulled up.
Oh man, I love the Festival of the Arts. I think it's my favorite.
It is the only festival that I have not been to.
I went to it last year. That and the Flower and Garden Festival were my first times at both of those festivals. And before that, I was like, yeah, I think even not going to these, I think Food and Wine will be my favorite. But no, after I've been to all of them, the Arts Festival, which is the shortest festival, is my favorite.
It is. The Festival of the Arts is the shortest festival. It's also the newest festival. And I personally, sorry, I have an itch on my nose. I think that it should last a little bit longer.
Yeah, definitely.
But if you hear somebody referring to the Farts Festival at Disney, that's Festival of the Arts. Yeah. Festival of the Arts, FARTS. And because people will look at you and go, what? Farts? What do you, yeah, everyone farts. No, it's Festival of the Arts. Its acronym is FARTS. I don't know where that one came from, but all of a sudden, everyone in the Disney YouTube community just started calling it farts, and it kind of stuck.
So I have a theory, and it's not about Festival of the Arts. It's more about the Flower and Garden. Normally, the Flower and Garden lasts several weeks, up until about a week before the Food and Wine Festival starts. But it's ending early this year. I think they're going to do some sort of introduction to a new festival or something like that. Or they're just making it shorter. But I'm hoping they're doing like an introduction to a new festival. That's my theory of why it's shorter. It's the Flower and Garden Festival is shorter than it was in the past.
Okay.
You're on here 3 times now. You want me to remove the other one?
Yeah.
Twice, I mean. Well, that was weird.
That was weird. Something happened with my connection, and it kicked me out. And... Weird. Anyway, what were you saying?
Oh, yeah. So I said I have a theory about the Flower and Garden Festival. So
Okay.
normally it ends just before the Food and Wine Festival starts. But this year it's ending early.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't have anything scheduled between that and the Food and Wine.
No.
I'm thinking that they're going to do some sort of mini festival. Well, that's my theory, but I could be wrong.
No, that's a good theory because I thought the same thing. Because since the reopening after 2020, because we just refer to that as 2020 now.
Yeah. Yeah, because you can't say the dreaded word because it gets flagged.
It does. So after everything reopened, after 2020 happened, Disney, the Flower and Garden Festival, you had farts, which was January to like mid-February. Or to be, you could go anywhere.
It usually ends the weekend before the Princess. And then the Flower and Garden opens the weekend after the Princess.
Well, when it first started, farts was only 2 weeks. And then it's kind of expanded a little bit longer every year. So it would be farts, rolls into Flower and Garden, rolled into Food and Wine, rolled into Festival of the Holidays. But now you've got farts, Flower and Garden, big gap, flower,
Food and
Wine, and then Festival of the Holidays. You've got a massive gap, and it's over the summer.
Yep.
So here's the deal. When we went over the summer in 2022, the topi hours was so great. Sorry, I can't help what's going on in my mouth. Like the topi hours are so great because we went right around the 4th of July, so right around when it was getting ready to end. The topiaries were still in really good shape, but you could tell that they were at the end of their lifespan. So I'm wondering if they're just trying to keep everything as fresh as possible, that they're like, okay, we're going to end Flower and Garden here and do something else.
Maybe.
Fingers crossed.
That they do something new.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. And I think Disney is under a huge microscope right now.
Yeah.
If you pay attention to everything that's going on in Orlando right now, Universal just announced all the different lands for Epic Universe. They sent these big clock tower things that hold these little medallions to tons of YouTubers and Universal influencers. And every so often, because Mammoth Club got one and I was watching their video about it. And I know that Super Enthused got one too. But Molly from Mammoth Club, and if you don't know who Molly from Mammoth Club is, she used to work for All Ears and she started her own channel and is doing awesome. But the letter that they got from Universal, Molly was reading it, said that they would get new tokens every so often that go in this little clock tower thing up to the opening of Epic Universe. Epic Universe opens in 2025. So, and it's got, let me pull up the info here real quick.
I actually while you're pulling that up, I actually have a feeling that because of the lands that are coming into Epic Universe, there's a good chance that they are going to be taking a whole lot of Disney business.
Because it says it's going to be opening summer 2025. So summer 2025 can be anywhere from Memorial Day to 4th of July. So, I mean, you've got. I think Disney's worried.
They should be.
trying to pull up.
I mean, they've got a villains area.
Yeah,
They've got
do.
another Harry Potter area. They should be.
So, I'm trying to put. I'm using parkprodigy.com because that's the first one that kind of popped up. So it's going to have Celestial Park, which is where you enter, where this clock tower thing is going to be. Super Nintendo World, the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, Ministry of Magic. And it's supposed to be, from what I've understood from hearing other content creators talk about it, it's going to be kind of where they pull in the Fantastic Beasts franchise.
Yeah.
And it's going to be like the 1920s, 1930s, I think, Ministry of Magic. And then How to Train Your Dragon and the Dark Universe with Universal Classic Monsters. So, I think Disney's worried.
They should be.
Because, like you say, I think it's going to take a lot of their summer traffic.
Yeah, so, I will tell you this. I'm planning a trip for 2025 after they open. Mm-hmm. And I'm changing one of my, what would be Disney days to have more days at Universal because they've got 3 parks.
Yep. Well, technically Universal says they have 4 because they consider Volcano Bay a park, not a separate category like Disney does, where it's a water park.
Yeah, I don't consider water parks part of the parks.
Same, but
Dollywood does that too. They have a water park and a regular park, and they consider their water park part of the parks.
So I think Disney is going, okay, what can we start doing now? Because honestly, I think now realize that Christy and I don't know anything. Even as travel agents, we don't know a darn thing.
We're theorizing.
We are 100% theorizing. My theory is that the higher ups didn't think that the land the new park was going to happen, because they started construction on it right at the beginning of 2020. And
well, they started talking about it in 2017, but didn't even start construction until 2020.
They broke ground and announced what the name was going to be in 2019 in like October or November, because I remember I was at home sick from my old job at the chamber when they made the announcement, and it was like, okay, there's like nothing. And I know that it's changed a lot since 2020. I know originally there was going to be a section and it was going to be Middle Earth from Lord of the Rings. And I don't know why. I'm assuming that they couldn't come to a final agreement on licensing with the Tolkien estate. But not gonna lie, I was really bummed when the final lands were announced and Middle Earth was not one of them.
But I kind of feel like Lord of the Rings Middle Earth would be so similar to anything Harry Potter related.
It's a lot darker.
That's true. It is darker.
A theory that I read online about that is that that's the area where the Universal Monsters is going in was supposed to be, because it's more towards the back. That's where Middle Earth was supposed to be. All the kind of the scarier stuff's in the back, and like How to Train Your Dragon's like closer to the front. But it's going to be very interesting. But anyway, I think that Disney's going, okay, wow, this is actually happening. We have to compete with another park and more rides. We can't just remodel an area in our parks anymore. Disney's going to have to come up with a 5th park.
At some point, yeah.
But I think that for right now, they're going, okay, well, what can we do that brings in a lot of business? A festival. Let's cut Flower and Garden shorter, leave Food and Wine where it is, and shove a new one in the middle.
What do you think of them potentially doing some expansions in Magic Kingdom instead of doing a full new park? Because here are my thoughts on that.
Okay.
I'm all for expanding Magic Kingdom. It is the most visited park,
Yes.
but at the same time, it's already a 2-day park.
Yeah. I agree.
So if you do 2 more expansion areas, you're going to make that a 3-day park.
You are.
Whereas like Hollywood Studios can technically be a half-day park, and so
Yes.
can Animal Kingdom.
Agreed. I don't know. I see both sides of it. I think that what they're thinking right now is that it will cost less money to expand in an area where they already have set dynamics. And let's be honest, I watched, and I can't remember what channel it was, so I'm not going to say the channel name because I could potentially be wrong. But I remember when they were opening Galaxy's Edge in 2019. And people had like watched them tear down the old backlot, everything. Number one, I was really sad about that. I was actually very mad about that because I loved that area. But there was thousands of people there early, like to get there to be the first people inside of Galaxy's Edge because they had watched it go up. They'd watched the other come down. They'd watched it go up. I mean, we were there for that came down. When did we go? I want to say that was 2015. Sam, when did we see Osborne Lights? That was 2015, right? 26. No, it had to be because we didn't go in 16.
And it was 17.
Oh, my bad. So 2017 it was.
That was the last year of
whatever the last year of Osborne Family Lights was. They opened it a couple days early. Because it was the final season because they were getting ready to tear down that area. And the merch that was sold for that was just people were lined up for hours to get a t-shirt. So I think Disney is going off of right now and with them not having Reedy Creek anymore to be at least in the capacity that they did where they can write their own building permits, they have to get everything signed off the same way that SeaWorld and Universal does now. It probably is easier to get a permit to expand in a current area than it is to get ground permits for a full new park.
Yeah.
But again, I think that some of it will come down to anticipation. Like they'll put up the now I will say I know a lot of people were really over the green construction walls at Epcot, but I think that's just because it made Epcot so hard to navigate.
Yes, it was hard to navigate.
It was very hard to navigate with the construction walls up. So I think that's a little bit different. But I mean, when they had them down and the first day that Dreamers Point was open, it was a 4-hour wait to get a picture with the Walt statue, the Walt and Mickey Dreamers Point statue. So I think you're going to have the people that are diehard Disney fans that aren't going to worry about. They're going to be like, yeah, great. There's some new Harry Potter stuff. Oh, Universal Monsters is pretty cool. Yada, yada, yada. They're not going to go over there at all. Disney doesn't have to worry about them. I know we want to go see Epic Universe because Sam is a diehard classic Universal Monsters. I'm hoping that you can go through the castle and like tour it. There might be a ride in it, kind of like there's Forbidden Journey in the Hogwarts Castle.
Yeah, that ride in the Hogwarts Castle, like it makes me nauseous. So I typically don't ride it. I usually just walk through the queue, and they let you just walk through the queue using like their fast pass section.
Yes. Yes. And so what that will probably end up being what I do, because because there'll probably be a roller coaster. But we're excited about Nintendo. How to Train Your Dragon, never really got into that. But overall, it's a new park to explore, but it's going to be busy. And I think that's because it's the first new park since
like 20 years, right?
Yeah, since Animal Kingdom. So I think that's got some of the factor in it as well. So I think Disney is playing a watch and see, and what can we do in between game. And on the upside of that is, what are they going to put there? Is I think another thing that Disney's trying to think about. Because let's be honest, Star Wars could have been its own park.
Yeah, it could have, but I don't think it would have gotten as much traction. Because if you think about that, you're like, you have to buy a ticket for that said park.
Mm-hmm.
And not everybody is a Star Wars fan when they go to Hollywood Studios, but then they go into that area and they're like mind blown.
Yeah.
Well, I have a feeling that even if they had just done a Star Wars park, it wouldn't have gotten as much traction. So doing a land was a smart move in that instance.
My guess, did you hear that they're doing something with the old Star Wars hotel?
No, but they need to for sure. I don't know, like maybe make it into a ride and expand on that land because it's connected.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's set up as a hotel. It's got beds and everything in it. But the question was originally, were they writing that area off as bankruptcy, and would it have to be torn down?
Mm.
But they didn't. They didn't write it off. They just closed it. So I was talking to Sam about it, and I said what they should have done is they should have made it into a regular hotel, not with the little pods and everything that they did. I mean,
They don't have any windows.
They have no windows in this hotel because it's supposed to be fully immersive. If they had made it into a regular hotel and done theme weeks or theme weekends, I think it would have went over a lot better.
Probably.
That's just my opinion. But like, going back to what you asked me about the expansion, I think that they're playing on anticipation and what's behind the green walls that we can't see. I think someone mentioned that when they were expanding and took out Toontown and made New Fantasyland, that there was like holes in the green walls that you could like look through and watch the construction happening. And I think that's a lot safer than people with their phones trying to like shove their phones up over the construction walls and potentially getting jostled and lose grip of your phone, and then want your phone over the edge of the construction wall. But because I'm sorry, I dropped my phone over the construction wall. How did you do that?
Sorry, so bad. Too bad.
Right? Well, we'll get it, but we're deleting all the video footage you took of the construction. I think it'd be a little bit easier on the cast members because they get a lot of flack. Don't give cast members flack.
Be nice to your cast member.
That's right.
They don't get paid enough to deal with your crap.
Amen. It is not their job to make your day magical. It's your own job to make your trip as magical as you possibly can make it.
Yeah. Those extra magic moments that they give you, that's them being nice. And you're not going to get that if you're mean.
Amen. And don't try the viral thing that's gone around where wearing inappropriate clothes into the park. They're not giving you a free shirt. They're making you buy one.
Yep, not anymore. They don't. They used to,
Mm-hmm.
but they realized that
But
People were
but
doing that.
let's be honest. Like, you know what's appropriate and what's not.
Now, here's one thing I will say. If you wear a dress that touches the ground, or a cape, you're not supposed to wear capes anyway, by the way. But if you wear a dress that touches the ground, that is a dress code violation. They don't make you leave. They will get a safety pin and pin it up for you.
Yes.
And you get the safety pin for free, but it's just a safety pin. It's not like some fancy one with Mickey's head on it.
And this applies to the Halloween parties only, because if you are over the age of, 14, I think, you cannot dress up in the parks on a normal day. It's Halloween.
Disney bound.
Yes, Disney bound. So, like, say I wanted to be Cinderella, I could wear a light blue tank and blue shorts, and I could put like a little crown headband in my hair. That's fine. I'm not being I'm not wearing a Cinderella ball gown. But if I wanted to wear a Pocahontas outfit to the theme parks, I could only do that during the Halloween parties, and you cannot take pictures with guests, and you cannot sign autograph books. But if you don't know what Disney bounding is, literally it's taking a character and making an outfit inspired by it.
Yeah. It's like this.
Go to Pinterest and search Disney bound. You will
just gonna do my own photos.
Oh yeah, Christy Disney bounds all the time. But that's something that I want to do on our next trip, is do a little bit more Disney bounding.
This isn't Elsa Disney bound. I'm not at Disney, but.
And that's actually from Athletics. Crown Athletics. Mm-hmm.
Where is it? This is a Scarlet Witch.
Mm-hmm. Which is also another Crown Athletics outfit.
Yep.
I don't know if I mentioned it here or not, or we're backstage, but my friend Chelsea and I are planning to do Princess in 2025. And so that is
Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Or Miss Marvel. Any of the Marvels.
And so I'm going to, and you can dress up for the races. If you've never participated or don't know what a Run Disney race is, go to YouTube and look it up. Some of the costumes are just insane. The first year that we did a Run Disney race, which was 2021, Sam and I did the 5K. I about died because I was like 300 and some odd pounds. And this family had a costume that they were the monorail, and they literally were in line in like these boxes, but they had a recording of the monorail like speech that they would randomly play on their phones as they went by people. It was amazing. Search YouTube, search Run Disney, and you can watch videos and just see all the costumes. Christy, you did Princess last year. Mm-hmm. Costumes are just insane, aren't they?
I did Cinderella. I can show you that too.
There were some people that were full on Run in a ball gown.
Yeah.
In heels. And I'm going, I can't walk 5 steps. And there are these like Cinderella, like 3-inch heels running. And I'm going, like, kudos to you. I'd be in the hospital dead because I'd have broken my neck.
So this is Tiana bound.
And I will say I have not dressed up. I have not done any special outfits for the races that I've done.
So that's a Tiana bound. I've got Tiana ears on and like a green dress.
But Christy, you know who I'm going to do for Princess next year? Carmen San Diego.
That's not even a Disney one.
No, it's not. But we're going through World Showcase. Where in the world is Carmen San Diego? Get it?
So my Run Disney outfit, Cinderella. Let me find.
And just FYI, if you do a Run Disney race and you want to dress up as Scooby-Doo, do it. No one cares. You might be more popular than some. There was a group that they put it was a 2023's theme was kind of a 90s theme, and this group of girls and guys. This is at the finish line for Christy.
Yeah, now the Cinderella outfit is under the jacket, but you see the tutu, and then the jacket I got at the expo the day before.
You'll spend a lot of money at the expo. Just be aware. And we should probably do just a stream about Run Disney.
I actually did a video, so there's a video out there.
And I have several on my weight loss channel too.
And here's wearing the full outfit, and I've got the jacket on my arm.
And those are all Run Disney pictures. And they use for Run Disney races pre 2020. And I don't know exactly what year they changed it, but they actually had a third party do the photography. And you had to pay separate. But they finally started using PhotoPass for the Run Disney races, and they are included with your memory maker. So if you're already going for your trip and you're going to have a memory maker and you're going to do a Run Disney race, your race photos are already included. There'll be a number on the back of your bib, like to put into the system to it'll have a code, and then I think you put in your bib number. And that's why they want it. They'll tell you, make sure they'll say it probably 4,000 times. Make sure your bib number is visible. Make sure your bib number is visible, because otherwise you are going to be hunting and searching for your run pictures.
Yep. And they have photographers all over the place in there.
Oh, all over the place. And they have these green pop-up tents, and you'll be able to see them
ahead of time.
Yep, ahead of time at the expo, so you'll know what they look like. And they're just everywhere. But be polite and don't if you're on the left-hand side and you see a photographer on the right, don't cut across everybody to get your picture. Probably 30 seconds after the one on the left, there's going to be one on the right.
Yep.
They're staggered. Left, right, left, right, left, right. In the middle of the running course. Left, right, left, right. Don't be a jerk.
Let's see. I switched to ColourPop for glitter. Not that the Morphe palette doesn't have glitter. They do. I just like the glitter in the ColourPop one is more glittery.
So you've commented on that before too.
What?
That the glitter in the ColourPop is more glittery.
Yeah. Well, so you're looking at let's be real. These are two different price categories of makeup here.
Yes.
Not that Morphe is overly expensive. It's not. It's reasonably priced as well. But you're looking at a palette that costs like $4 versus a palette that costs like $20.
Yes.
Granted, there's more colors, but there's not that many more.
Right.
And I don't go overboard. Well, sometimes I go overboard in the I have like a little bit of a sheen to it, which you can see already on my forehead.
I was not going to comment.
It depends on what I'm going for. I'll also say that oddly, using glitter helps to blend it better.
Makes sense.
What does my mom want on this Sunday morning?
That's okay. I'm messaging my teacher a pin on Pinterest, so we're having problems with a couple of our kids for writing, like not capitalizing the right words or capitalize the wrong things. And I found this anchor chart that says capitalize mints, M-I-N-T-S, months, the letter I, names, what is the other? Titles, and the start of sentence. And so it's like, oh, that would be a good chart to make for the classroom, especially because we're getting ready to start on our big research project. Yes, first graders have to do a full-on research project. Green said we like pretty much spoon feed them the information, and then they have to write it. So, and it's a lot of writing for a first grader. And then they write their own story, so that's going to be fun.
They should write their own story.
They should, like, it's a lot of fun, but for the kids I work with, it's a lot of writing, and it makes them very frustrated.
I can see that. Does this have green in it? You got any green, Anastasia? Ah, found some green and some Anastasia.
Hey!
Oh, should have started with that one.
You always seem to find the color you actually want at the very end.
It's like, it's not that that's the color. It's just that, again, we're talking about different caliber of shadows here.
Mm-hmm.
Anastasia is also a bit more higher end than Morphe.
Yeah.
So it just blends better.
True story.
But for me, when I'm doing these looks, I'm using palettes that I don't use for my regular looks. At least the ones that I don't use often for my regular looks. Like regular makeup.
Mm-hmm.
So, because I don't want to waste my Pat McGrath makeup on doing stuff like this. Because Pat McGrath is not cheap. We're talking $130 for a palette, and it only has 8 colors in it.
Right.
So I have all these larger, very colorful palettes that I use for this type of look that I don't use on regular makeup.
We finally, the end of January, reached the 100th day of school.
Oh, they all dressing up like old people?
Yeah, they did. It was so cute. But our 100th day of school was supposed to be mid-January, and it ended up being the last day of January because of all the days off of school
From snow.
Yeah. Some of it was from snow, and some of it was from temperature. Like the temperature was -4 with a wind chill of -5,000. And I know a lot of people are like, well, that doesn't make sense. Why are you closing school for that? Well, I get to on any given morning, Sam and I get to school between 7:15 and 7:20, depending on the day. There are already kids there sitting outside waiting on school to open. Now, the doors don't open until 7:35. So they could be sitting there in sub-cold, windy temperatures for 15 to 20 minutes.
I mean, also waiting for the bus stop.
And the bus, and that was some of it too. One day they closed it because the wind was so bad that literally the bus drivers are like, it's not safe for the buses to be on the road. So we put in and thankfully we got paid for each of the days that we were off. But we were in school Monday, we were closed Tuesday, Wednesday, in school Thursday, no school Friday, no school Monday, off Tuesday, Wednesday, school Thursday, off again for a delay on Friday. I mean, this is coming right off of Christmas break. It's just now. We are in the coming towards the end of the third 9 weeks of school, and literally we are not back into routine yet. Because every time we turn around, we have another day off of school.
Yeah, I don't think we close for cold weather. We might. Like, we close if there's, like, if the ground freezes with water on it.
Mm-hmm. And that was a lot of ours too. Like, it had rained, then it froze, then it snowed, then the snow froze. And then it was a mess. Like, people's cars wouldn't start. Like, it was literally just a mess. But like this week is a regular week. If you don't consider that, like, the kids are going to be nuts on Wednesday because it's Valentine's Day. So there's class parties in elementary school. Next week, there's no school on Monday because it's parent-teacher conferences. Regular school Tuesday, early release on Wednesday, and then Thursday, Friday are normal days. Tell me how
Does your school close for election days? Do they have elections at the school?
No.
Okay, ours does. We have them at the school, so we close for election day.
No, we do not close for election day. At least they have not in the past. That is next school year. So who knows what's going to happen. But then, like...
Well, what about primary elections? Because we have primary elections in March here.
Those are all done at the churches.
Oh, really? Okay.
Mm-hmm. But like I said, yeah. So like next week, there's no school on Monday, and we get out at 2 on Wednesday. Then in March, we have... all right. The first full week of March. The 4th is a professional development day, so there's no school. We have school on Wednesday. Wednesday is an early release. Early release Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Then we have spring break. Then we come back from spring break and have Monday and Tuesday normal. Wednesday's an early release again. Then we have regular the rest of the week. Then the following week, it's school Monday through Thursday, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday is Easter break. And then people go, well, why are kids acting so crazy? Because they don't know what's happening.
Mm-mm.
I counted, and I'll count again starting tomorrow. 1, and I'm counting early release days as regular days because we are in contact with students.
I hate early release days. They throw me off. I'll be like on a call or something, and all of a sudden my daughter comes in and it's like noon. I'm like, shouldn't you be in school? When I didn't work from home, early release days were a pain because I would have to get off early, make sure I was home for when she got off the bus.
Okay. Tomorrow is February 12th. I have, and our last day of school is May 17th. I have exactly 60 in contact days with students between tomorrow and the last day of school. 60 in contact days with students. I have 60 days. I have 2 months to finish preparing all these first graders to go to second grade. And then people wonder why teachers are stressed. Because you know it's in the middle of all that? State testing. That's sometime in April.
It's taking a lot longer than I anticipated.
I've got nowhere to be. One thing I'm going to work on after this is start working on Disney movie night stuff for our countdown to vacation. I'll say we had a really nice time on our cruise. It was a really great opportunity to do something together after the crazy year that last year was.
That's definitely good.
Huh?
That's definitely good.
But Sam and I both have said since we got back, and we commented it on the ship as well. They have snow. They have snow on the ship, snow. But if you go to Disney and go to Main Street USA and you stand in the snow, it does not look like soap bubbles. The snow on the cruise ship, you can tell it's big clumps of bubbles for snow.
Maybe they can't produce it the same way or something.
They probably, I don't know. But see, it was, like I said, we had a really good time, but it just wasn't Disney.
Yeah.
And I think that once you've done holidays at the theme parks, nothing else will compare to it. And honestly, we're paying the same price. Maybe, a little bit more with food costs, but Sam and I, we hardly ate on the cruise because the food wasn't fantastic. It was okay, don't get me wrong, but wasn't the best. So we're going back to Disney for this Christmas. Was that you coughing?
I inhaled the makeup powder.
Why?
I didn't mean to.
See what I put up with? This is why she hasn't come on here, so I can call 911 and have them. My friend in Tennessee is choking on her makeup and no one else is home. Could you please go help rescue her?
My daughter's here. She ended up having a slumber party with her friend. So they're actually both here. They're upstairs, though. Oh, one thing I will never do again. Oh my gosh, this was awful. And I mean, it wasn't awful, but it was awful at the same time. So for my daughter's birthday, she wanted to have a party, a sleepover.
Okay.
So she did. We had 10 girls here, including her. Never again. Never again. One of the reasons, the biggest reason is I texted every parent and I said, this is what we're having for dinner, snack, etc. I listed popcorn, ice cream, cake, all these different things that we would have. Kids show up and say, oh, I'm lactose intolerant. I can't eat that. Oh, I have braces. I can't eat that. Oh, I can't have gluten. I'm like, everything here is gluten right now. I'm like, your parents didn't tell me you couldn't have things. And then one of the girls had asthma, didn't know about it. They're running around the house. They stop running in the kitchen. And the one girl's like heaves over and can't freaking breathe. And me and my husband are like, what's going on?
Where's
and finally,
her inhaler?
At least one of the kids knew and ran upstairs and got the kids' inhaler.
The parents should have let you know.
About
oh my gosh. Ish. Yikes. No, I don't blame you. I was a Girl Scout troop leader in 2013, and that was the same year. My co-leader, because you have to have a co-leader. She was also co-leader for Daisy's, and her daughter, who was in kindergarten at the time, was diagnosed with a very rare brain tumor. And so her co-leader, Jennifer, and I started co-leading both my juniors, which are 5th graders. Hold on. And her 1st graders. Kind of an age gap, but it was okay because they all knew each other from school and some of them were siblings and whatnot. So over we didn't really get a whole lot done in troop meetings, because they're only like 45 minutes once a week after school. And if you figure that, the time it takes to walk from the school to the church building and get snack and whatever, you've got 30 minutes with these girls once a week. So Jennifer and I came up with the brilliant idea to have a lock-in. And a lock-in is where you stay at the church where your scout meetings are located, and you are there for like usually 24 to 48 hours, right?
Yeah. And they stay up all night.
We had the great idea to have a week-long slumber party at the church building. I was really tired. So we did. We organized everything. We organized classrooms of where the girls would sleep, where we would eat, what we would eat. We kind of treated it like a mini day camp where the older girls were in charge of dinner, the younger girls were in charge of lunch, and then like picking what they would eat. And then breakfast was like cereal or donuts. And so and it was starting on Monday. So Sunday afternoon, I get out of church and the church gets out, and me and Jennifer meet over at the church building, and we kind of look at each other and went, what the hell have we gotten ourselves into? So we quickly went around and got everything ready. And thankfully, there were a lot of parents that stepped in to help. Like my mom came and because if I don't get a little bit of sleep, I kind of start getting sick with my epilepsy. So my mom doesn't sleep anyway. I think she runs on I don't even know, because she doesn't even drink coffee. She runs on water and oatmeal. And she stayed up with my 5th graders. And so for a full week, and God bless the parents, because the parents were because parents brought us coffee. Parents brought us chocolate. They're like, you don't understand how grateful we are that we didn't have to pay for daycare for this week. Are you doing this next week? No. Or next year? No. I needed and I was working at the school at this as a substitute along with this. So literally we got done Friday. Parents picked up kids at noon on Friday. They dropped them off at noon, but at we had some parents ask if they could drop them off at 7. And we said the earliest we can let you drop them off is 8. So we had parents drop kids off at 8 o'clock. And we're like, you have to pick them up by noon because we have to finish cleaning up and we want to go home and go to bed. We've had your kids all week. And we did have a lot. I don't even want to say a lot. Probably half of the first graders didn't stay the night. Because, 5th grade, you are still 6, 7 years old. And they just didn't want to be away from mom and dad. And so mostly the ones that stayed were kids of my co-leaders. Her kids stayed, obviously. A couple of their friends stayed. And obviously my older girls stayed. But that was about it. Most of the first graders came in the morning and were dropped off, and then were picked up 8 or 9 o'clock at night. But I have now all those kids are graduated. But I had one come tell me that I saw recently, do you remember when? And I'm like, honey, I don't think I can forget that.
Even if I wanted to.
And I will say, but it worked out really well that the older girls kind of took charge of the younger ones. We picked badge work that incorporate for the older girls that worked with the badge for the younger girls and vice versa. The older girls, we had, I remember we had, you helped me set up tables. So we had round tables and we had 4 first graders with 1 5th grader. at each table. And so the 5th graders, by being kind of in charge at each table, got a leadership badge. I think over the course of that week, we figured out, I think they earned like 15 badges, because we were like, okay, here's this. What can we, this is the same as this badge. How can we, and like, we just started looking for different things that like the same thing applied to multiple badges. But there was, I think I spent every night at Jennifer's house for 2 weeks for at least 2 to 3 hours trying to get everything done. And like I said, it was the older girls planned dinner, and we had parents that came in throughout the day, which was really nice, because like around lunchtime we had parents that like worked from home, and would come in and help the 1st graders make lunch. Like, and lunch wasn't elaborate. It was like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, or turkey like lunch meat sandwiches, or I want to say like towards the end of the week, one of the dads brought his grill to the church and grilled hot dogs and hamburgers. It was nothing that took a lot. Yes, we made this as simple as possible. And we had parents that brought extra, like went to Sam's and bought big bags of snacks. And if there was something that we needed, we knew all we had to do was send an email to the parents and say, hey, we're needing this. Is there anyone that could bring like snacks for Monday, then snacks for Tuesday? You know, that, because I mean, they're gonna get, when you have girls essentially 24 hours for a full week, you pretty much have to take care of them for 24 hours a day for a full week. No one had to go to the hospital, which we felt was a very huge win. And every year it pops up in my memories on Facebook, and I get tired all over again. Would I do it again? I think it would depend on the kids.
No.
Sam's telling me no. I think I slept.
He's like, no.
Sam's like, no. I think I slept for 2 weeks. I was exhausted. And when I get really tired or I start getting a migraine, I get cold and I cannot warm up. Mom literally had to go to their house and get their space heater. And I was sitting in front of the space heater, sitting on the floor. I was so tired. I was so cold. I could not warm up. And thankfully, that was almost the very end of the week. But it would not have worked if we hadn't had so much parent support. But I can't say that I would have that same kind of parent support now.
Yeah, I mean, I was supportive with Girl Scouts for a while, but it just got too much for me. And now her Girl Scout leader does it all on her own, and they probably haven't had a meeting in like 2 months because she has to keep canceling.
Well, I don't know what your council's rules are, but ours states you have to have 2 leaders or you can't hold a meeting. It's It's protection for the kids as well as the adults.
We haven't had 2 leaders in a couple of years. But yeah, you're supposed to have a co-leader. I do know that. And we don't have one. But we used to have like 20-something girls, and now we only have 7.
Yeah, that makes a difference. I feel for parents because there's so many activities going on. Like, I know when I was in school, my week split. Monday was KFC, which stands for Kids for Christ, and we'd walk over to the same church that Girl Scouts was in, cross, a block down from the school and a block that way, So Monday was KFC. Tuesday was Girl Scouts. Wednesday was church. Thursday was something else. Friday was something else. And then once a month, Mondays was not only KFC, but it was also 4-H, and then 4-H projects after school, you know, and all that. I look at my mom now and go, I did so much. And that doesn't include as you get older, you start having sports, activities, and all things like that. Or like when I got into high school, you've got, you know, or in 5th grade, I know here, 5th grade is when you start doing band. So not only did I have after school activities, I had homework and practicing my instrument, which is obviously still part of homework. And then middle school, I was involved in sport, you know, I managed sports. And then high school, you know, I'm like, and kids today do more than I did when I was in high school. One of the girls in 1st grade has KFC, 4-H, Girl Scouts. She takes gymnastics. And here, hey, surfer girl, welcome in. Not only here in town, but they drive an hour to Emporia to do gymnastics and dance. And I'm like, and then she'll come and go, Miss Lena, I'm so tired. Well, I'm sure you are. How much sleep did you get last night? 3 hours. Oh, 1st graders can't function on 3 hours of sleep. I can't function on 3 hours of sleep, and I intake caffeine.
Surfer Girl, when's your next time to Disney? Yeah, my son, he has track, cross country, honors college, beta, and he has a job.
Mm-hmm.
And next year, he's going to do dual enrollment.
High school and college?
Mm-hmm.
I did that my senior year. My birthday is on President's Day. Awesome. That's in just like next week.
I was going to say, when is that? I never know.
Next Monday. It's the 19th this year because we don't have school.
My sister's birthday is Wednesday.
I've got
Yes, Valentine's Day.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's fine. I will, I'll go down I'll just walk down there.
Just letting you know.
Okay. You have to be there at what, 8?
Mhm.
I don't think I have to be at the thrift store.
We're going over all the bits.
Oh, you're doing that on the 19th. Okay. That's fine. I'll just walk down to the thrift store.
Just letting you know.
You're going down for Valentine's Day. Nice.
Surfer Girl says hi, Sam.
Hello.
Oh no, Sunday. Next Sunday after Valentine's Day. My bad.
Y'all, so much fun. We are. Hold on, I have countdowns on my phone. We are 313 days until we leave for our next Disney trip.
And mine's 300 and something days away too.
And it's 374 days until I leave for Princess Weekend, assuming I get in.
Just be ready to get on there. You already know how to do it. You've done it before.
Oh yeah. Well, see, originally Chelsea and I were going to do Springtime Surprise. I don't know if we talked about this or not.
Yeah, we talked about it yesterday.
Yeah. For Surfer Girl recap, registration for Springtime Surprise is the 27th of August, which is during the school year, like right at the beginning of the school year. And so I asked her, I said, hey, can we do Princess instead? Because registration for that is over the summer when I'm not at school. So fingers crossed that we can get in. And if not, we'll figure it out from there. But because I know Princess is hard to get into.
I think they all are.
Yeah. Well, and now you've got like, you know, YouTubers who are promoting it more, which, I mean, that's great, but it's hard for the people who want to get in for, you know,
yeah.
I mean, everybody wants to get in, but they want to get in because they think that they're going to be able to stop for every character, and that's just not how it works.
No, I was only able to stop for one. I did some meet and greets before the run, like over in that section, but I was only able to stop for one. But I was also, so they started releasing people at 5.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't get released till 6:30, and you had to be done with your run by 7:15.
Were you doing the 5 or the 10?
It was the 5.
What? The 5 usually isn't timed. Was there weather coming up?
No, but they were like, if you're still out here at this time, you'll be taking off the run. So yeah, like
weird. I know they didn't do that.
Everyone complained about it. I talked about it in my video I made about it, but everyone complained about it, and apparently it was the first time they did it that way, and everybody hated it.
That means that they timed the 5K, because I wonder if there was potential for weather in the area.
I don't know. I just know that everybody was pissed because, and by the time we even got to, because they didn't release us till 6:30, and everybody else had been going for an hour and a half. Most of the meet and greets that we got to were already, the lines were already cut off, and you couldn't do them.
And see, that's what corral were you in?
The very last one.
Okay. See, that's the problem with, I think the 5K, because it's such a bigger race, and kids are allowed to do the 5K starting at a certain age. But there's so many more people, I think, in the 5Ks than the other races, because they are more of a family race. They aren't officially timed. We had just started the race. I remember because I got so angry. Because I thought they were coming to like make fun of us. There were people who were in Corral A, were already done with the race and coming over, and and Sam's like, honey, they're not coming over to make fun of you. They're cheering you on.
I'm like, you need to listen.
He's like, you have to relax.
Yeah,
I would say that first race, I was freaking out the whole time that I was going to get swept. But it took me 2 hours to do the 5K.
People were definitely done by the time we started, because they started at 5 and we didn't even get released till 6:30. It was an hour and a half later.
Yep. That's because they start with the wheelchairs, then athletes with disabilities that have like guides, and then A, B, C, D, E. And see, we weren't even the last corral, and we didn't start till probably 6?
Yeah.
Both times.
Yeah, we were the last corral, and I was towards the back because I spent my morning doing meet and greets rather than getting in the front of the corral. So I was the second to last gunshot for people to go.
Wow, you were at the very end.
Yeah.
And see that we got there. If I will say anything about that is a must, you have to do it for a Run Disney race, is to be on that very first bus that leaves.
I was.
And do at least one of the character meets beforehand. We were able to knock out 2 beforehand. And then we got 1 afterwards. But go pee. And because the porta potties are still in fairly decent shape, go pee.
I did not do that. I peed when I got to Epcot.
and then get in your corral. You may spend an hour in your corral, but play on your phone, read a book, eat your breakfast if you didn't already eat, and Sam is a person that can work out, and cannot eat until after he is done with his workout. I am not that person. I have to eat something. Disney has a runner's breakfast box that you can purchase the night before.
Yeah, they do.
It's got a banana, a mini bottle of water, like the ones like the size for like a kid's meal that you pick up, a bagel, peanut butter, and a granola bar, I want to say. And it's $10, but it's in this like little cute Run Disney box. And you'll be able to, if you don't see them, they are in every food court. If you don't see them, just ask. If you're doing a race, say, hey, I'm looking for the breakfast box, and they'll get you one. But I ate the banana, and there's only one little thing of peanut butter in it. So I will tell you, if you put peanut butter or cream cheese on your bagel, and you like to help fuel you for like your practice runs, make sure to grab extra peanut butter and extra cream cheese the day before and put it in your room so that you have it, because there's no cream cheese in the box. It's just one of the little thin peanut butters like they have at breakfast for toast. So if you need more than that, either take your own jar of peanut butter if you're running multiple races, or grab some extra in the food court. I mean, get as close to the front as you can. If you see people start move, like, you'll know.
Move forward and punch people out your way.
No, don't do that.
Do that.
Sam said, punch people out of your way. If you start seeing people start like kind of moving up closer to the front of your corral, pay attention, fill in all available space, keep an eye on it. Because the corral may be like, I don't know, it's going to be probably 20 or 30 people wide.
I'll be back in 2025. If you want to message me, I can tell you when. But I'll be with the family, so you would get to meet everybody. Surfer Girl said she'd like to see me again.
I can't wait to see you again. If you have never done a Run Disney race, they are fun. They're the atmosphere is amazing, and everyone is there. Everyone there is so like, I have heard horror stories about other races where people will try to push and shove you out of their way. Like, I mean, the very first year I had someone kind of running through the walking area, but they got in trouble, I heard later, because they did it in another race. My pass expires in December, so I probably won't renew. Oh, bummer.
You can still go like once or something the next year or something like that. I don't have a pass. I've never had a pass there. I have a Universal one.
I had a pass for like all of 3 months because it was my Christmas gift from Sam in 2020.
Right.
We've talked about getting an annual pass, but we just don't know if we would go if we would be able to go as frequently to make it worth the price. Because currently, the Disney annual pass is because we are out of state. The only pass that we can get is the Incredipass Pass, and it is $1,449 per person. And you have to have reservations still for annual passes.
Yeah.
But I'm assuming that's if you aren't going, like, it would fall under the same as if, like, you have a resort reservation. It does, like, you don't have to have I don't know. But this is still same pass holders. Okay, let's see. To enter a theme park, each pass holder must have both valid admission and park registration for the same park on the same date. However, Pass holders may enter a park after 2 without a park reservation on all days except Saturday or Sunday at Magic Kingdom Park. In addition, good-to-go days do not require a park reservation. Select the park and pass to see available date. So it looks like right now, it's all, like, for the Incredipass, it's pretty much all green. All go. All fine.
It is the most expensive, isn't it?
It's the only one that you can get for if you are out of state. My husband said he will be Disneyed out by then because we are going back in May, November, and December. She got hers for $13. Yep, it's went up again.
We'll also be going to Universal while we're down there.
Universal passes are so much cheaper.
Way cheaper. That's why I keep my annual pass, because it's cheaper just to keep your annual pass than to go pay for 2 days of tickets.
You, when was the last time you went, Christy?
February.
Of last year?
Yeah.
So your pass is expired?
No, it's auto renewed.
Oh, do you know if you don't have it on auto renew and you just put it on your next, like you put it on a package with a one night stay, you can get commission off of it?
I'm okay with it being auto renew because I do those Harry Potter swaps twice a year.
Mm-hmm.
And I can get discounted stuff from their online shop.
Okay. How is your travel agent stuff going?
It's just me, my sister, and my one customer.
Same here. Last year I had several people have cruises booked, but they're going to Hawaii this year, and I don't book Hawaii, so they went with a different travel agent. And she's like, well, they gave us each $500 to spend. And I went,
why don't you book Hawaii here? It's a U.S.
That's
property.
Great. Because when they decided they wanted to book, the islands were asking people not to book because of the big fires. And they
chose not to make money in country like that.
And I also can't compete with giving every room $500.
Yeah, the travel agent they use must have good clients or something.
They must, or it's one of those people that's their full-time job, and they're consistently, like, every week getting in, several $1,000s in commission.
Yeah. Isn't that a tax write-off if you extend a discount or something?
No, you can claim it as a business expense. Just like you can write off one trip per year as a travel, your half of one trip per year. And like if you were to go to like one of the trainings, you can write that off.
Yeah.
Like sometimes the carnival will do ship tours, and the closest ones to probably both of us would be New Orleans, but it's pretty much a straight shot down to Galveston, and sometimes they'll have them down in Galveston. And if there were to be one that would work, for the schedule where Sam and I could both go, and obviously Sam wouldn't go on the ship tour, he would find something else to do while I was doing that. I could write that off. Like, the expenses of going to that. But Chris Surfer Girl says, Christy, if we go to Dollywood, I will message you. Not sure how far you are from it.
Well, Dollywood from where I'm at is about 3.5, 4 hours away, but I'm from Knoxville, which is like 30 minutes away. So I can always just like go down there and stay at my mom's house and then go to Dollywood. We're actually going there fall break next season.
In the fall? Do
Yeah.
you get commission on that?
No, Dollywood is non-commissionable.
That's what I thought. Are you going to stay at the Dollywood property or are you staying off property?
Yeah, so the Dollywood property itself, like the hotel, is commissionable if you're not doing a package. But it's cheaper to do the package.
Okay.
So it's not commissionable even with the hotel since we'll be doing the package.
That's a bummer. I wonder why that is.
They have the one park and then the water park, and in order for it to be considered a vacation, you have to have more parks than that. That's why Universal is considered commissionable.
Okay.
If Dollywood were to open one more park, then yeah, but
Right
I doubt that they will. They just keep extending their park. It's definitely like a 2-day park now. It used to be a 1-day park. I mean, if you don't go regularly, we go enough to where it's just a 1-day park. Sometimes we'll do 2 days.
It's pretty much you go and do your favorites and you're done.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That's kind of how Universal is for us. Like, we love Universal, but you can you could do Universal in 1 to 2 days.
Yeah, I mean, with just the 2 parks right now, as long as you have the park to park, I would only spend 1 day at Universal. But once Epic opens, it will definitely be like a 2-park day for me.
Supergirl says, my sister lives about an hour and a half, so I'm thinking we might stay with her unless I can get a decent price on a room.
Yeah, the rooms right now, so they have 2 resorts. They have the Heart Song Resort, which is kind of lodgy-like. And then they have the Dreamore Resort, which is more, let's compare them to like, the Dreamore Resort is like a cross between Grand Floridian and Riviera. It's not as extravagant as Grand Floridian, but it has like the light theme, but then it has like a vibe of Riviera, and that's actually the same scent inside as the Riviera. And then the Heart Song Lodge is probably kind of like Wilderness Lodge, but not as grandiose. It's more lodgy, more. So those are the 2 resorts. The Dreamore Resort does not have balconies. It's the older one, but it's again very light. And then the lodge, the Heart Song Lodge, has balconies. So your price difference is about $3-something a night for Dreamore and about $4-something a night for Heart Song. So they're more reasonably priced than the Disney ones, and they're probably more on par priced as the Universal ones. But they're also not as grandiose. Like, they don't have real tall vaulted ceilings. Now the Heart Strong one does have like lodge vaulted ceilings, so they're at the slants and things, and they have a large fireplace, but it's not, again, as grandiose as Wilderness Lodge.
Surfer Girl says, ooh, that sounds like fun. I love Wilderness Lodge. Me too, Surfer Girl. When we went for Christmas in 2022, we spent, what was it, pretty much the whole afternoon.
Yeah. Well, it was so bloody cold.
We spent pretty much the full afternoon Christmas Day just in the lobby at Wilderness Lodge, because it's just beautiful. but 2, it was so stinking cold. I think there's a picture of me where I've got one of the I got hot apple cider and my nose was so cold. I'm like this, like have my nose resting on the lid of the cup because I was so cold.
I want to say so I know for sure that Tim Tracker has a room tour and hotel tour of Dreammore. I think it's Super Enthused that has one of Heartstrong. That one just opened like back in November.
And Surfer says, is there anything off property that is kind of close?
Oh yeah. So the entrance, like the resort and entrances right there by Dollywood is in Pigeon Forge. So Pigeon Forge has the island, which is really cool. They have a big, huge Ferris wheel. They have Margaritaville hotels right there. But they have like lots of shops and places to eat. It's a really cool vibe. I love to go there. It's free to park in the parking area unless you're doing valet parking, which is like right up close. But it's like you have to walk. It's a huge parking lot. And it's called the island because it's surrounded by water. But it's really cool shopping district. It's kind of like a downtown Disney. I wouldn't say as much as a Disney Springs because it's not that large, but it's about the same size as a downtown Disney. And they have moonshine places there. There's a wax museum down the street in Pigeon Forge. There's the country, it's called Apple Barn. And they have like an apple orchard there and some Christmas shops and all kinds of things right there in Pigeon Forge on the strip. You would have to drive. Everything's not walking distance, but they also have trolleys you can take. There's trolleys, Ubers, whatever. There's plenty of places right there on the strip in Pigeon Forge. But again, none of that's walking distance. It's all really close. Take you 5, 15, 20 minutes, depending on how far you go to get to all those locations. Or you can go on up to Gatlinburg. So where Dollywood sits, it's like one exit before you go into Gatlinburg. You have to go through the mountains to get up into Gatlinburg. But when you get up to Gatlinburg, they have like parking areas and stuff. And then you could literally walk that entire strip. And there's lots of like shopping areas. There's some good breakfast places, all sorts of great stuff up through there. And if you go in the winter and you go a little bit further up, they actually have something called Ober-Gatlinburg, and you can go ice skating and skiing and snowboarding and tubing. If you go in the summer, there's water park. There's two, maybe 3 water parks.
Surfer Girl, if you want Christy to look, she is a travel agent and she could get a little bit of commission off of your off-property stay.
Mm-hmm. Margaritaville is one of my favorite places to stay. Or, I haven't stayed at the one there because it's so pricey. What's that? Anyone else hear that?
Yes, it sounds like a Zhiyun SHOT.
It sounded like plastic breaking, but I don't see anything. I'll find it, I'm sure. And be like, what?
Watch Chrissy's chair like collapse under her or something.
I don't know. Maybe it was like a light bulb. No, all the lights are working. I was like, maybe it was a light bulb in the ring light, but it looks like all the lights are working. I don't know what that was. The Christmas Hotel is a place that I would like to stay. They have a small Christmas tree in every room, but I haven't stayed.
Oh, how cute.
Definitely a place I would love to stay in.
It sounds like it'd be really cute.
I want a really maroon type color.
At Pigeon Forge, there's a hotel that's the Christmas themed hotel, and each room has a Christmas tree.
I have a Christmas tree.
You do,
Right there.
Right there. Servant says, yes, we've always wanted to go there.
Yeah. I will say on Saturdays and Sundays, traffic can get really bad, especially if they're having car shows. But for the most part, everything's pretty decent for travel time.
So have you decided what your look is going to be, Christy?
No, not really. I'm just doing crazy stuff. I know it's pink and green.
There you go.
I have so many look ideas that I want to do, but I want to wait for those wigs before I do them. So I did this one because I have a green wig I can put on. Have a good Sunday too. She has to get going.
Okay, see you later, Supergirl. Thanks for dropping in.
This is when a cream would be good instead of using eyeshadow.
Yeah. But yeah, just if Sam and I were to, if you figure it's $1,500 a person, you're looking at $3,000 just in annual passes. And I think it's like half of that for an annual pass at Universal.
I've been watching a lot of stuff about the big game because you know
Yeah.
what to say. And the prices for that is just outrageous.
Yeah. I think I saw like the nosebleed tickets are starting at $6,000.
Yeah.
And somebody's like, yeah, at that, somebody goes, with where they're located, you might as well sit at home, plan a cruise, and watch it from your TV because it's going to be so far away.
They're going to look like specks on the field.
They're going to look like specks on the field, and you're going to be watching it on your phone.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. And here's the deal. The people that make comments about adults going to Disney are the ones that are paying $6,000 plus to go watch the Super Bowl on their phone in a stadium.
Wrong word. No, I'll say it.
Super Bowl. The Tupperware Bowl.
There you go.
The Tupperware Bowl.
There you go.
Tupperware Bowl. Right. And I'm going, wait a minute. Like, at least if I spend, let's say, $5,000, that's my room, my tickets, and depending on what time you're going, how long you're going, it could involve your food. Like, that could include all your food and your memory maker. You know, but you're paying $6,000 starting to go watch Tupperware.
Mm-hmm.
Run around a field carrying a ball.
Yeah. So, in the TikTok I watched, they were saying they did like an estimation with the cheapest price tickets plus the cheapest hotels and the cheapest foods, and it was going to run $25,000 for one person.
$25,000 for one person?
Yes.
I'm sorry. That's insane. Sam and I can go to Disney for 2 weeks, stay at a value resort and when I say value, I mean the all-stars, so sports, music, or movies, and eat whatever we want for those 2 weeks.
For like
and
$1,200.
Yeah, for let's go with half of $25,000. So I'm sorry. That's insane.
Yeah, because I remember during 2020, because that's our word for it.
Yep.
I took my sister to Disney for her her bachelorette party. It was just me and her. So, but I asked her. She didn't want her friends to go. She just wanted it me and her. It's like, oh, okay. And we stayed at Pop Century.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh, that's when you had that really bad experience, isn't it?
yeah. But again, it was like in 2020. So we stayed at Pop, and we were there for 14 days or 12 days. It wasn't a whole 2 weeks, but it was kind of close to it. It was under 1,200. It was under, no, it was like, I think it was 25, including all of our food, all of our gas, travel, and everything. I think it was 25, right at 2,500.
Yeah.
And souvenirs. That included souvenirs too. Ooh, excuse me. So my employee, it's so funny. We have check-ins every day.
I can't even type.
And when I talk a lot, I get the hiccups. I guess because the oxygen's not getting to my brain as it should. And she's like, "You're allergic to me." Like, honestly, I'm not allergic to you. I just make funny sounds. This is definitely taking longer than I anticipated, this one look.
Well, it's you went back in and kind of went over some of the green.
Yeah.
So I mean that took some extra time too.
Yeah. Just do that. It wasn't blending the way I wanted it to with the other.
Well, you have to make it work the way you want it to.
The other branded makeup.
Yeah. Well, you've complained about it before too.
Yes, I have. That's like Revolution. I don't even bother using Revolution anymore. But I'm not a sponsored influencer, and I'm not a
Nope, you get to do what you want.
Well, also, I don't get free stuff. Well, I mean, I do like on influencer, but that's not like, I don't get PR merchandise to do this stuff.
Right. You literally pay for 90% of what you have.
Probably more
Because
than that. Most of the stuff that I get from influencer is like face creams and things like that, or perfume. I love it when I get perfume. I have one thing that I have sitting over here that I'll probably use that I got in influencer, and it's a lip and cheek stain that I'll likely use on my lips. My nose is just feels better. But I promote the heck out of these companies when I use their makeup, hoping that one day something will happen.
Right. And see, that's the thing, I think, is that people see, oh, well, this person got sent to Disney, or this person got a package from Universal, or this person got a package from Colgate, or this person got a package from Fiber One, or this person got a package from insert company here. Yeah. I'm going to start a YouTube. I'm going to start an Instagram. I'm going to start a TikTok. And then they'll send me free stuff too.
Doesn't work that way.
not how it works. You have to realize that on one platform alone, this person probably has 2 million people following them plus.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just one. That's not including, maybe they're on TikTok with 2 million people. Do they also have a YouTube channel? Do they also have an Instagram? Or do they have, YouTube to Instagram to TikTok or however you want to put it. Whatever company you're referencing has watched them for a while. It's not just they put all these YouTube names in a spin the wheel and spun it and went, oh, well, we're picking Christy's Corner today because we want to send her to Disney. No, that's not how it works. This is essentially out of their advertising budget. And granted, these companies have big advertising budgets, so they can do it. But they want bang for their buck. They want to send someone to Disney, to Universal. They want them to use, well, let's go with
their platform to promote them.
They want, say that 4C saw me making tons of videos of water on Water Talk. And they decided they wanted to send me a brand new flavor to try. Here's the thing. They honestly don't want my honest opinion. They want me to advertise it.
The only time you're going to see honest opinions really is that influencer program. They do send it to you for free, but they really specify, we want your honest opinion.
Yeah. Do you maybe the flavor tasted absolutely horrible, but because 4C has contacted me, I feel like I can't say that. Did I have a horrible experience on my Disney trip? Well, I can't say that because Disney paid for it. Mm-hmm. So you have to take what they're saying with a grain of salt. And again, you aren't going to start a YouTube channel and automatically start getting free stuff thrown at you. Christy, you've had a YouTube channel longer than I have. Do you get contacted by Disney or Universal?
Nope. I don't get contacted by any big companies. I've had a few smaller companies contact me, but no big companies.
I think the last influencer box I got was a pair of tennis shoes, actually. And I wore them to work for half a day. And I wore them all day. I was in so much pain when I got home. I have not put them back on since. Like, everything hurt the way they were designed. And I said that in my review. And that's the last time influencers sent me anything. Because when I submitted my review, I actually got an email from the shoe company. They're like, well, you guys, we sent you a $100 pair of shoes. And I'm like, your $100 pair of shoes still had me in massive pain at the end of the day, whether they're $100 or not. You wanted my opinion. So what all you got left, Christy? Since you've got your contact in, I'm assuming that
one. I haven't done this one yet.
Oh boy. Her eyes start really watering.
Yeah, so anytime I do contacts, I have to do it after I put the makeup on, but before I put any cream makeup. So because the cream will run the powder doesn't necessarily run. I just usually have to touch it up just a tiny bit.
So when she starts putting contacts in, we tend to know, okay, it's the final countdown.
It's into the detail areas.
Yep.
At least for that area, because I have a contact I'm going to put in this one too. Where are you? I got it like a
Christmas, I cannot find you. Okay, so our local news channel just posted this. Fireball Whiskey is releasing a lipstick inspired by Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce.
Oh, brother.
Yep. It's a bright red color called Cinnamon Delight, honoring Swift's preference for red lips and Kelce's preference for Fireball. This is Fireball's first foray into the lipstick business, and it's being released just in time for the Super Bowl. It sells for $13.87 in honor of the duo's favorite numbers. Fireball guarantees it will never go out of style.
That's funny.
It is red. I will share my screen with you. There you go. It is a red lipstick.
Oh, that's really pretty.
It is. It's very pretty. I was looking to see if I could figure out, like, there's no link to purchase that. Because I would actually order it because it's very pretty.
I would order it too. Maybe you'll be a commercial during the.
Oh, I guarantee it's going to have a commercial.
That is really pretty.
Hold on. I may have found it. It's on the Fireball Whiskey website. Yes, I am 21. Okay, it says, are you ready for it? Introducing Fireball Cinnamon Delight Lipstick, the first ever custom lipstick from the #1 shot brand in the USA. Guaranteed to never go out of style, the spicy lippy is bound to awaken the dragon and football fans everywhere, just in time for the sports battle royale. Cinnamon Delight features Fireball's signature red color along with a cinnamon flavor and aroma and promises to help every game day moment taste like a championship.
I take that back. Even though I would so buy that because I love the color, I'm allergic to cinnamon.
You can't have cinnamon.
Nope.
And it is out of stock.
Already?
Yeah.
When did they start selling it?
I don't know. But it's according to the website, it is out of stock.
Maybe they haven't started selling it yet and they're just preparing to sell it, and that's why it says out of stock.
I don't know. It is a maximum of 12 per customer. Lipstick ships free of charge when purchased. Shipping charges will apply if other items are added to your cart. When lipstick moves to and from temperature extremes, condensation can occur.
Ooh, almost knocked that over.
I'm very interested if I would like to purchase one. Here's an even better picture of it on their website. Hold on. It's very, very pretty.
It looks pretty from that one picture. I'm like, I want it. But no, I can't.
You can't because it's got cinnamon. Look at that.
Oh, let me
this is from the Fireball website. That is beautiful. And I am not a person that wears like bright red lipstick. But it is really pretty, and it would be something that we are sold out due to popular demand.
It's Travis Kelce.
It's Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. I mean, they're not going to be able to keep it in stock.
I'm sorry, does this not feel like Brittany and Nick all over again.
Nick who?
Lachey.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Stan says, doesn't this feel like Brittany and Nick Lachey all over again?
Brittany.
Brittany's... Yeah, Brittany. When
Spears?
that was Jessica Simpson.
Oh, that was... Wasn't that Justin
My bad.
Timberlake?
I don't
Not
keep up with
Nick
shit.
Lachey?
Nick Lachey was with Jessica Simpson and Brittany was with... I was like, wait a minute, that doesn't sound right. It
Well,
sounds like...
fine, I mixed people. It don't matter.
Sounds like it doesn't matter.
It really matters,
Same
man.
thing.
It is sold out. I'm sad. I would actually have paid for it.
Me too. Well, not me too, but if I wasn't allergic to cinnamon, me too. Fireball, make one that's not cinnamon. That doesn't make any sense. Fireball is cinnamon.
Fireball is cinnamon.
I was like, Fireball, make one that's not cinnamon. Oh, wait, that doesn't make sense.
So, but yeah, that's just funny. And here's the thing, I'm curious during the Super Bowl if it will have a commercial.
Stop using that word.
During the Tupperware Bowl, but during the Puppy Bowl, if there will be a commercial.
This is a Tupperware stream.
I wonder if Stanley will have a commercial because they're not selling very well.
Well, I saw some a TikTok where an advertising person, someone that works for an unknown advertising company, that had said that certain companies had signed up for super fantastic commercials, and one of them was Elf makeup.
Really?
Yeah.
Elf makeup, I think, has you know me, if there's a sample on Instagram or Facebook or now TikTok, because I got a 0 sugar kind bar coming from TikTok, I will sign up for it. And in the past couple days, this is the sample of mascara I got from Elf. It's a full-size Elf mascara.
Nice.
That was a sample. And then I also got 2 samples from their Holy Hydration series. One is a face cream and one is a makeup melting cleansing balm. These are the samples they sent.
That's good size.
I know. I'm like, hey, Elf, continue to send me samples.
Well, on TikTok, I've been seeing a lot of makeup influencers get Elf products and try them out, and they're like, Elf is stepping up their game. They're probably the best drugstore branded, like a drugstore brand out there right now for makeup in drugstores.
Mm-hmm. Well, one of my favorites, and if you see it come across your Instagram, Facebook, do it however many times, is Macy's. Because I don't know how many boxes of Macy's perfume I have got, and I have tons and tons of little samples of perfumes. And you're probably going, Alina, you will never use them all. And that is 100% accurate. But what I plan to do over spring break is clean out my drawer because I have a drawer that I want to keep for samples and things like that. And I'm going to take the ones that I know I will not use and donate them to our local food bank because they put together little packages with like travel size shampoo and conditioner and lotion. And they give them to they put them in the ladies' stuff. And they can 100% put a little perfume in the little baggie as well. And you may get a box of, I think sometimes I get 8, sometimes I get 4. I think it just depends on what they're advertising at that particular moment. You may only like one of them, but if you come across the ones that you don't like, donate them to your local homeless shelter, donate them to your local food bank, take them to the police department, because a lot of police departments in bigger areas know of a domestic violence shelter that they can take them to. And that, Christy,
you froze. You'll pop back in. She froze.
Am I back? Okay.
Yep, yeah.
I'm like, good grief. My guess is that people are getting ready for the Puppy Bowl, and so internet's starting to lag a little bit.
It's not until 6, right?
I'd rather watch the puppy bowl.
Yeah, Puppy Bowl!
I'd rather watch pictures of a puppy bowling.
Anyway, so big towns like that have like domestic violence shelters, things like that. So even if you get something you're like, oh, I don't like that, or oh, I don't like those brands or those scents, get them anyway. Anytime that comes across, get it. And then if it's not something you'll use, take it to someplace and donate it. Even your local high school would take. I know our elementary school has a little like a little drawer of things like that have been donated, because especially your 4th and 5th graders, the girls start to want to wear perfume and things, and maybe their parents can't afford to go buy them an expensive bottle of perfume, and maybe they just need a perfume for a little bit to smell, to feel good. Maybe it's that one time a month where we already feel like crap,
Mm-hmm.
and just a little bit of perfume will make them feel better. So that's what I'm gonna do, because there's a lot. I have pretty much a drawer full right here, and like I said, anytime I see it, I'm having that. And Sam's like, "Hey, you got another box for Macy's." So that's one of the things that I want to do. Is since my mom volunteers at the food bank, I will probably donate mine to the food bank, because I know that they've talked about wanting to put more things in their little like hygiene bags.
You froze again. She froze. She froze.
Hey, there we go.
There she is.
There I am. I don't know. Who knows what's going on? Sometimes it's StreamYard.
Yeah.
Sometimes. Because I was like, my phone has internet. StreamYard is. I think there's so many. Like, StreamYard hasn't kept up with the times, I don't think, sometimes.
They have a paid version now that you can do.
That's why. They want people to go to the paid version.
Definitely.
But no, I was saying, when you go on trips, we all know that when you go into the hotel room, that some have changed, like Disney has changed. I know the hotels that we stayed at kind of had like the shampoo and the body wash and stuff in the shower, but there's typically like bar soap and stuff. If you don't use it, take it, and you have space in your bag, take it with you, because you can, take it to your local. Our thrift store resells it for like 5 cents.
I actually have a huge duffel bag full of that kind of stuff.
Take it to your local thrift store. Take it to your local food bank.
I usually pack it to take with me to anywhere, like a hotel I'm staying at, because when I travel for work, because sometimes they don't refill your stuff.
Yeah, that's true. I know that Universal does, because we just, I think a couple months ago, finished up, because I left a note that said, we really like this VO5 shampoo. Can you leave it extra? And they left like a huge bag on the bed.
Oh, nice.
And Sam said in the background, he doesn't keep up with the times either.
I was going to say, there's a Jurassic Park in the theater. Oh wait, it's 1994. We're good. I'm caught up. It's 1994.
Okay, Sam says he's caught up. We're in 1994. If only. Then we wouldn't have bills to pay.
1994. Go in my eye already.
I don't want to go in your eye. It would not be comfortable. I think I'll stay right here.
It's also not comfortable for me.
No, because you don't wear contacts.
This one's burning. Usually when it burns like that, means I got eyeshadow up in there too.
Owie. Oh, I'm gonna send you this on Facebook. It's mini keto pizzas in those little waffle makers. It's an egg, almond flour, shredded mozzarella, grated parm, Italian seasoning, and garlic powder.
Oh no, I'm crying.
So sad. Please don't cry. I mean, I won't send it to you if it makes you sad.
I hate it when the tears run into my nose.
I have a white head, and I keep trying to get it. Right?
Don't do it on camera. Don't do it on camera.
I won't. It's a side crease.
I'm like, oh no, don't do that on camera.
Here you go. It hurt. Ooh, this sounds good. Okay, what is it? A Nutella cold brew under 100 calories. I don't count calories, I count points, but I'm still intrigued because I'm pretty sure it's priced that they could make it home. A grande cold brew, okay. 1 pump of mocha, which I'm pretty sure you can get sugar-free mocha.
Is it a Starbucks one?
It is. 1 pump of mocha, 1 pump hazelnut, 3 Splendas, and a little bit of cream. And they have sugar-free hazelnut and they have sugar-free mocha syrup, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, where are you, brush?
Christmas.
Brush, where's my...
Every time you say that, I start singing that.
What?
Where are you, Christmas?
Oh.
Okay, so Tarani has a sugar-free chocolate and Jordan's Skinny Syrup has a sugar-free mocha. I am not a fan of Jordan's sugar-free syrups, the Skinny syrups. I think they have a very funky aftertaste.
The ones I use?
Mm-hmm.
Which ones have you tried? Some of them I don't like, but I have a couple that I really like.
Like, their pumpkin one was Their cookie dough one I thought tasted horrible. So did my teacher.
Yeah, I don't care for the cookie dough one.
What I want to try, that it's a Jordan Skinny, but I will say the Jordan Skinny Syrup Pina Colada mix is really good.
I can't remember if I've used that one or not.
But they have chocolate syrup, like the syrup toppings. And
yes.
I want to try that. But Tarani does have and the thing is that the Jordan sugar-free mocha syrup is the same price as the Tarani. There's no price difference. But this drink sounds really good, and it's something that, you could probably even I would say I would be intrigued to see if you could make the same style of drink if you took out the mocha syrup and put in a chocolate protein shake, added the hazelnut syrup, a little bit of like almond milk instead with your coffee. Intriguing. That is getting saved. And yes, I'm sitting here on Pinterest is what I'm doing.
Hey.
But Christy's used to me Pinteresting while she's makeuping.
Yep. You do you, boo.
I do. And I'm drinking my water. I have water check, everybody. Get a drink of water. I will say I've tried 2 of my 5 of the Clean Simple Eats water sticks, and I've been happy with both of them. So,
Per your request, I'm watering.
all right, anybody watching currently or on the replay, this is your water check. Drink some water.
That's the first time I drink water since I started. I drank a little bit just before I started.
She did. Because we had a whole conversation about it right before we started. Pretty sure we did a water check at the beginning of the stream, but it's been 2 hours and 35 minutes. So, okay. So I am. Are you in Sammy's Witch 3 swap?
No.
Okay. So I got my box this last week, and I probably laughed for a good 3 minutes on camera about I got this mug. So obviously one of my people was Jafar. But I laughed for a good 3 minutes. So on this side of the mug, it's got Jafar. And on the other side, it says insert eye roll here. And I probably laughed for a good 3 minutes on camera. And I'm like, that is the funniest thing ever. And I will use that. I was like, should I take that to school and use it like this way when I'm talking to certain other staff members? Insert eye roll here, yeah. I like it.
Swap I'm still part of right now is the Harry Potter ones, because for whatever reason, almost every single time I do the Disney swaps, I get like shafted.
Mm-hmm. I kind of had that happen I was supposed to be in a winter snack swap, and I specifically told the person that I requested sugar-free candy, sugar-free hot chocolate mix, and I got none of that. The only thing that I kept out of the whole swap box was this tumbler. It says Merry Grinchmas on it. I took the big pack of it was cute. It was like a 12 days of Christmas hot cocoa box, but all of them were like 6 points a piece for hot chocolate. And I would rather take 6 points and have wine if I'm spending 6 points. The other thing I kept was this little cookie skillet baking kit. It includes the cast iron skillet and the chocolate chip cookie mix. And I kept it because I could use the frying pan for something else. But literally out of a whole swap box. And the Witch 3 swap was the same way. I got a ton of candy, which even 2 months ago, I probably would have had it all gone already. But it was like Cadbury eggs and Lindt chocolate and Sour Patch Kids. But I had specifically put on my list there too, please send sugar-free candy. Please, if you have questions, message Sammy and she can ask me. So it was kind of a bummer.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I know that I go overboard when I do swaps. I spend more than the minimum requirement or the maximum usually.
Mm-hmm.
And that's fine. I don't expect the box the same value that I make back, but I definitely expect at least the minimum requirement. And on the Disney swaps, most of the ones that I've received, they were always undervalued. Mm-hmm. Even if you were to discount them, like say, or not discount them, but you do the retail price. Because sometimes a lot of people get good sales.
Right.
But even if you had done the original retail price, they were still very undervalued. And I was like, yeah, I'm done with this.
Well, I got invited to a swap, and I was kind of on the fence about it because it was $100 minimum spend. And I'm like, okay, that's pretty pricey for a swap, but okay. I was thinking about it. And the person came back to me, and I like to save a little bit of money, but be able to spend more on the person. Like when I had you, I think 1 year I had you for a swap, And I sent everything to you via Target because I found a lot of what you actually will use through Target. I saved money.
Froze again. She'll be back, y'all. She'll be back. At least I think she'll be back. She's frozen quite a long time right now. Oh, she had to come back in. Like, completely come back in. There she is.
I'm like, I don't know what's going on because I looked at my phone because my phone's on Wi-Fi and it has Wi-Fi just fine. I don't know. But I think I spent like $20 extra on your swap because then I got free shipping. I didn't have to spend shipping. And so they come back to me and go, you typically ship through Amazon, right? And I said, yeah, because I have Amazon Prime. I save on shipping because I just ship everything via Amazon. I ship a card separately. And I can put like $20 more into what I'm spending instead of paying for shipping. And the person in charge goes, well, the co-person and I don't like that because yours comes so much earlier than everyone else's because you ship via Amazon. And I'm thinking, I typically wait till the last minute because I do ship via Amazon, but okay. I'm like, well, you can only participate if you promise that you're going to buy everything and then ship it. And I'm like, you know what? $100 swap is not worth this. I said, you know what? I really thank you for thinking to include me, but I think I'm going to have to pass.
So was it that they wanted you to ship it all in one box, or was it that...
No, they didn't care if it was in multiple boxes being shipped. They just didn't want it shipped via Amazon.
Why Amazon?
I have no idea. I said, well, what if I went through Target or Walmart? They said, no, it has to be shipped via USPS so that we have tracking.
Oh.
And I'm like, well, I get a tracking number from UPS or via Amazon. No, Amazon doesn't give tracking. Okay.
Interesting.
I sent my snack swap via Amazon, and because literally to get deals on snacks, I'm driving an hour. 2 hours round trip because I drive to Wichita.
Bless you.
Christy said, bless you.
Thank you. Sorry.
No, you're fine. It was just kind of violent. You okay?
It did. It sounded like it hurt.
Christy said, it sounded like that sneeze kind of hurt. He nodded his head. But it's like, and I'm co-hosting a swap with Amy's Awesome Adventure for a snack swap and then a Hanukkah swap. And she was like, she's like, one of the things that happened in the summer snack swap is that someone was like, okay, well, we said, okay, the deadline is the 5th. Everyone's like, great, I'm on board. Da, da, da. The Tuesday after that, in January, what was that? The 8th or the 9th, it was Monday or Tuesday afterwards. Person comes and goes, oh, by the way, I'm not shipping until Friday. We're like, what do you mean you're not shipping until Friday? Like, everything was due to be shipped last Friday. Well, I don't get paid until the 12th. And I went to message her at the same time she messaged me, and we both went, wait a minute. Did she message either one of us saying, hey, I need to wait and ship until the 12th because I don't get paid until the 12th? And I'm like, she didn't message me. And she's like, well, I know she didn't message me. And so both of us went and checked like the chat because it's not a secret person swap. Everyone, like, you know who your person is. And I'm like, I said I didn't find anything where she said, hey, I'm going to need to send out on the 12th. And so we put that there was a deadline and that tracking is required. And that if you ship via, something like via Amazon or through another like online shipper, that you'll have to provide that like tracking that way. But that we are requiring tracking because then it shows what date it shipped.
Yeah.
It's like, sheesh.
The Harry Potter swaps I'm in, they're ones that you wouldn't be able to ship from like Amazon or Target or whatever. They changed the rules from the first year we did it. Now you have to actually wrap each item in wrapping paper and put it in a box.
What, honey?
So does this really count as homework?
What are you doing? Your outline?
Yeah.
How's it going?
Good.
So Sam has his outline due for his final paper, and his topic is the Disney decade.
I'm like, is this really homework?
So he's like, does this really count as homework?
The freed. Hey.
The Freedom Gal. Hey. That's Amy.
Oh, I was like, what is she saying? I totally appreciate that shout out. I was like, who is this?
That was a crazy situation.
Hi, Amy.
Yeah.
Welcome in.
I hadn't clicked over the comments. Hey, Amy. Yeah. That Freedom Gal is
You're welcome to put her link in the chat if you want.
Okay.
All right. Oh, here's that red I was talking about.
Okay, people are completely like angry that lipstick is sold out. They're like, why is it sold out? That's stupid. Like, because people want it. It's actually a pretty color.
It is a pretty color. I just wish it wasn't cinnamon. Sorry, I'm doing my lips. I can't really say anything.
You're fine.
Yeah, I'm almost done with it. It's just, I don't really think this is kind of homework.
Well, you did pick a relatively easy topic for yourself.
Not exactly. You know why?
Why?
If you think about it, I didn't just do the Disney decade as a topic in and of itself.
No, you didn't.
I did how can a business replicate the success of the Disney decade?
Yeah, that's true. That your topic isn't that. It's how can a business replicate the success of the Disney decade?
Thank you, Amy. So remember when I said I got some like cheek and lip sniff?
Yes.
It's gel serum blush is what it's called. This is what I got for free from one of them, Revolution.
Yeah. But he's almost done with his homework, I can tell. Like, totally side note, you guys know how much I love going to thrift stores. Last weekend, Sam found a big boxing bag because Sam's been going to the gym. He goes unsupervised Monday through Friday.
Supervision?
He does not need supervision anymore. He hasn't used his cane in over 2 months.
I used it on the cruise.
He used it on the cruise, but that's because the ship kind of was going through some rocky stuff. But I'll have to unplug it because this does not have a very long cord. It was in the wrong spot, but I got a Scentsy warmer for $2.99.
Oh, nice.
It's perfect because it's just solid black. It's so pretty. And Walmart actually has really good smelling candles. Our favorite is cranberry mandarin, I think is what it's called. Yeah, cranberry mandarin. And so this is the candle that we have burning. And so I got the wax melts to match. And I've had these, I've only used 2. And they're really thin. You can, the Walmart ones, they're $1.10 a piece. And I've only used 2 of them. And I've had the same 2 in my warmer for a week.
You know the iconic volcano smell from Capri Blue that's like $30-something for a candle?
Mm-hmm.
Better Homes and Gardens has a dupe of that, and they sell it at Walmart.
Really?
Yes.
What's the name of it?
You'll have to Google it. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Just Google Capri Blue volcano dupe candle or something.
Okay. 5 alternates.
It's Better Homes and Gardens scent.
Okay. Trader Joe's has one too. That's a dupe. It's it's mango tangerine. Target's is Bali Sunrise. Apparently Walmart has one too.
Yeah, Better Homes and Gardens brand.
Okay. Bath and Body Works has one too. It's the Midnight Citrus. But I've been so super happy with the Walmart Great Value brand of candles. They're 3-wick and they're like $4. And I kind of keep an eye on the clearance section for their holiday candles, because they'll sometimes mark them down to like $1-2 for a 3-wick candle.
That's really good.
I know, but I love the fact that my oils match my candles, because sometimes like you can go, oh, well, I really like this oil, I really like this candle, and you don't think about it, and you have both of them going and the scents like collide.
Mm-hmm. Where is my highlighter brush? Looks like I'm gonna have to wing it. Let's use my finger.
So Sam and I went to that dinner last night.
Was it good?
No. And the entertainment was, they had flashing strobe light.
Ooh, that's not good for epilepsy.
And fog machines and all kinds. We were there. They wanted everyone there to start doing pictures at 5. Okay, so we got there at 5. The doors didn't open until 6. They didn't, and so there was a salad there, pre-dressed. And I ate the salad. I took off the croutons. And then dinner was 2 slices of roast beef, a potato, green beans, and a roll. And they had the stuff for it was supposed to be a loaded baked potato, and they had everything in little like solo like containers, like condiment containers. They had bacon pieces and cheese and sour cream and butter in this little container that you just popped onto your potato. Sam and I both had stomach aches last night, and we actually left at 7:30 because Christy, are you a makeup artist by profession, or is it just a hobby?
It's just a hobby. It's so fun though. I love doing it.
And so and the whole building was freezing cold. And like Sam went out and got my sweatshirt for me out of the car. And I was literally just sitting there like you could feel the whole table vibrate because I was sitting there shivering so hard. They're like, well, we can't turn up the heat because it'll get too warm. It's a whole bunch of old people. If I'm cold, they're probably cold. So we ended up coming home and was in bed dead asleep by 7:45, and because I had such a headache. Like I had Sam's like, let's go out. I've got to go to the bathroom. You can sit against the wall. He came out of the bathroom, and I'm sitting there like violently shaking and trying to control my breathing. He's like, nope, we're going home.
Yeah.
Well, I'd messaged while we were in the bathroom.
And he had
While I was in the bathroom.
he had messaged the guy who invited us and said, hey, Lena's getting a migraine, and I think I'm going to take her home. But if we had known that there was going to be like, I mean, and it wasn't like, I can handle some strobe effects, but this was like rapid fire flashing.
And they didn't have any kind of warning or anything?
Nope.
Dang.
So.
I just poked my eye with the eyeliner, but at least it hit the contact and not my eye.
Well, there you go. So in the mail, guess what I ordered from Amazon?
What'd you order?
I ordered some false lashes that you recommended. That way I can try to practice with them before Princess.
Which brand?
I got Kiss Magnetic False Eyelashes.
Okay, yeah, that's a good brand.
Easy to apply, reusable strip lashes, and it included the magnetic lash eyeliner.
Yep, that's a good affordable brand. There's a couple of brands I use. I use Kiss, and I use Glamnetic. Glamnetic's like a higher price range.
Yeah.
The quality is just as good, like between Kiss and them. I'll say if you're a connoisseur that wears false eyelashes often, I would probably go with Glamnetic because they last longer. But if you're going to be just using them here and there, Kiss is your best bet.
Well, I've never worn false lashes before. And so, like, because we had talked about, I think, last time we live streamed, actually. And so it's been sitting in my cart. And I was like, you know what? If I'm going to do Princess, I want fun eyelashes. And this gives me roughly a year to practice with them. Because I use pencil eyeliner. I don't use liquid eyeliner. So this will be fun.
Have a good rest of the day, Amy.
Oh, thanks for coming and chatting, Amy. Oh, Maddie, what's going on?
What's our niece want now?
Not that Maddie. Megan's Maddie.
What's our niece want now?
Right.
I'll claim that one a lot easier than I will the other one.
I'm hungry. I want barbecue. Okay, well, tell your mom.
I'm like,
Well, you're not coming home with us. Oh. But yeah, so I'm like, well, this gives me an opportunity to kind of practice with them. But Sam's the one, actually about a year ago, because we had talked about me doing Princess in 2024, a costume that would fit for World Showcase, because that's typically where the Princess 5K is, because it's the same route as Marathon.
You go in by Mexico and come out by Italy.
Mm-hmm. Because you get to see back, like, go under Test Track. Carmen Sandiego, because, you know, for the 90s, where in the world is Carmen Sandiego?
Nowhere.
And I actually found a t-shirt to go with it that says, where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? And we found like this like gray, silvery, like suitcase looking thing to carry, because, you know, she carries all of the stuff in there. And so when we decided not to do Princess this year, I had taken everything out of my cart. And so I've got to go back in and look at Carmen's outfit again. And I think what it was like kind of a red dress. And I was going to put black leggings under it and like black gloves. The only thing that I was kind of concerned about was the hat, because I don't know how well a hat would stay on.
I'll super glue it to your head.
Sam's going to just super glue it to my hair before I leave.
Safety pin it, or not safety pin it, bobby pin it.
Mm-hmm. And then I will not try to run in the dark in sunglasses. Don't worry. But I was like, you know, that's gonna That'd be fun. And then like have a t-shirt like to wear either like to the expo or something that says, because there's photographers at the expo too. This is where in the world is Carmen San Diego. Then I'm like, that's really like, you see so many Jasmines and Pocahontas and Cinderella and like the for Prince or like the guys will just, no, don't get me wrong, princesses, some of the guys will also dress up as princesses, or some of the girls will dress up as princes, or vice versa. But I was like, Carmen San Diego would be unique, and it'd be interesting to see who like recognized the outfit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. When I went, there was someone dressed up in a box as a boxed Barbie.
Nice.
And then there's one guy, and he's the pirate guy. He dresses up as a pirate in all the runs.
Yes, Jogging Jack Sparrow. I follow him on Instagram. I will be right back. I have drank a lot of water, and I need to go to the bathroom again.
Okay. I'm attaching my contact or my lashes. I think I'll be done by the time you get back. I don't know if you can hear me. Probably not, since you're using the bathroom. Where did that brush go? Here it is. I think I'm done. No, almost done. I have a couple of little highlights I want to do.
Yes, I had heard you because I had headphones in.
Oh.
I had reached the point where like I like really had to go to the bathroom and it was starting to hurt.
Oh, I know that feeling. I'm there right now too. Where did the white highlighter go?
You had it because you used it.
Let's see this mess I've got.
I saw your TikTok where you took a picture of your mess.
Yeah, I was like, this is my mess. It's worse now because I've got like shavings all over the place where I sharpened a eyeliner.
Okay, because Carmen San Diego's outfit is a black shirt, black pants, red trench coat, red hat, black boots, red gloves, and a yellow scarf. So, if I did a red dress and like sewed like black buttons to it, and then put black leggings under it, did black gloves, a yellow scarf, my running shoes would be black. And that would work, don't you think?
Yeah.
And then in some pictures, she has a silver suitcase, and in some, she has a black purse. So, I mean, if I had a black, like, crossbody bag or black loungefly or a silver loungefly, that would work. Or a silver purse. Like I said, it'll be interesting to see, like, who would, like, recognize who it was.
Somebody would recognize, I think, at least someone. So when I was there, the person that was at the station at the bus stop waiting with me for the bus, she was dressed up Mary Poppins themed, but she was the chimney sweep.
Oh, okay.
the whole, she was doing all the runs, and she had a different Mary Poppins theme for each run.
Oh, cool. I think it's so interesting to see what people come up with. Like, and here, you know, you don't have to dress up. It's not a requirement. If you just want to go and run in regular like tank and running shorts or capris or whatever, that's 100% fine. There's no rule that says you have to sign up or dress up to participate. It's just something fun. But it really is interesting to see what ideas people come up with that are both inside and outside the box.
Mm-hmm.
And like we talked about Crowned Athletics kind of towards the beginning of the stream, there are like outfits from different companies that you can buy that are like Disney. It won't be a Rapunzel outfit. It'll be a locked in a tower princess or something. They won't call it Rapunzel.
Mm-mm.
Or they won't call it Cinderella, or they'll something like that.
They can't.
No, because it's trademarked. A lot of people in in one of the groups I'm in that like we share like little like things to put on your Instagram or Facebook for travel advertising stuff. So many people have used Taylor Swift or the 49ers or the Chiefs recently, and I'm like, you can't do that.
Mm-mm.
The Kansas City Chiefs are a copyright. Travis Kelce is a copy. His name is copyright. His image is copyright, just like Taylor Swift. Like, you know, I'm like those can't be used. And they finally were like, one of the admins finally took them all down and said, you cannot post things that are copyright. Those, you did not create them. But it took probably a good week for the admin to finally take them down after enough. I think it was enough of people messaging them and saying, this isn't legal. It's going to get this group shut down.
That's why we can't that's why we can't say the Tupperware bowl.
Puppy Bowl. Because that's a copyright name.
Yep. I mean, we'll be real. I don't have enough followers for it really to make a difference. But at the same time.
That one time.
Yeah.
Ouch. Bent my toe backwards.
I thought I was done, and then I realized I needed my stitches.
Sam would say snitches have stitches.
It's going to be lunchtime by the time I'm done recording and everything.
By the time we get off the stream, it's going to be time for me to eat. I'm going to eat breakfast. I had breakfast at the start of the stream. I'll be eating lunch at the end of the stream.
Depending on how long it takes me to do the videos, I don't know if I'll do a second look or not. This took longer than I anticipated.
We have been on for 3 hours and 10 minutes. If you want to, what are your Super Bowl plans?
There to watch it with my husband, and he laughed at me when I said that. He's like, "You're not going to watch it," and I was like, "I'm going to watch the commercials and any Taylor Swift sites." Mm-hmm. He started laughing at me when I said I was going to watch it. He's like, "No, you're not."
Let me check. I think if you want to, we can play. What does next Sunday look like? Because Sunday mornings are relatively free for me. If you want to schedule another one for Sunday.
I don't know. Let me dust off this phone. Cut makeup off the front. I'm dusting it off by rubbing it on my belly.
That helps.
might do another look today. It really just depends. So we'll get off here by 11:30 because I'm done now.
Okay.
Then, well, squirrel. So we'll be done by 11:30, and
Okay.
then I got to take pictures, which will take me like 3-5 minutes at most. And then I got to do videos. I have found that the videos now don't take me quite as long as they used to, because instead of having to go hunt for stuff, I've just favorited a bunch of songs that I like to use, so it's quicker now. But it still takes me an hour or so.
Okay.
Let's say and then I want to relax just a little bit before I start doing another stream. I would say if I can get done by 2:00 and get ready to stream by 2:00 today, I can do another one. That way I'm completely done by the time Puppy Bowl starts. But if not, then it'll be next week. Hold on, and I'll look at the times. I'm putting some.
Let me.
That's better. Make it a little shimmery. Okay. This contact won't quit moving in my eye. Okay. She was asking me about next Sunday. I think right now, next Sunday looks open. That may change, but for now, it looks open.
I could do one again this afternoon, but could we shoot for 2:30 instead? Because we have to go do my grandma's taxes and pick up our barbecue at 2.
Sure.
And then get over here and then drive back.
Sure.
2:30 works for me.
So if I get done with everything in time, we'll shoot for 2:30. You'll know for sure by me putting a link in the chat.
Okay, let me know either way. That way, if it doesn't work, we aren't like rushing around like crazy people.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
Yeah, I'm done.
Thank you everyone for hanging out with us for the past 3 hours and 15 minutes.
Yeah, this one took longer than I anticipated for sure.
Well, yesterday's took a lot less than you anticipated, so it evens out.
That's true. All right. You guys enjoy doing taxes.
Will do. Thanks everyone for watching. If you're watching on the replay, thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.